man.
He's back.
Hey, did they play football yesterday?
Chicago did.
Man. Here's what I'm thinking, Goo, because we're already into it, and everybody knows what we're talking about. Matt Steinmetz, Darryl the Guru Johnson. 49ers lose their season opener at Chicago 19-10. To me, there's like three levels. You know how there are three levels to NFL defenses?
Yeah.
To me, there's three levels to this show. Whatever the topic or conversation is, it's probably going to come under three categories. It's either going to be about Trey Lance's debut as a quarterback of the 49ers, because let's face it, it's the Trey Lance era. It started yesterday.
It did.
It's the first sliver of information. It will not dictate anybody's career for the long term, but we have something now. The 49ers as a team, that's the most important thing. They just went into Chicago and lost. Third, then, is specifically as it might relate to Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo. So those are the three things that I thought of. So a thud.
Okay.
Trey Lance era starts with a thud.
Right.
But the 49ers had absolutely no right winning that game.
And
none.
Okay, and we are talking about this. It's good to have you back. The same 49ers, Steiny, that people had predicted to go to the Super Bowl. It was predicated on the defense. I'm not going to look at you and tell you I'm blaming Trey Lance. My blame is at the doorstep of Kyle Shanahan. And if you want to put this down as another 10-point collapse in the second half, to me, this qualifies. And I just don't get why we were seeing Debo in harm's way as much. Why we were seeing Trey, what that Larry was talking about, why he was running the ball so damn much, and it seemed like by design. I am shocked that the defense dominated the Bears like they did. They had field position going their way all the first half. Steiny, they should have had 21 to 24 points. They didn't, but to collapse in the manner that they did on this Monday, I am shocked. And what I will not ever do for you, my friend, is play the schedule game again with the 2022 San Francisco 49ers, because for months we talked and laughed and threw eggs at the Bears and how dysfunctional they were, and to go out there with Bonte Willard, 49er Frankie at the game, John Dickinson, and to go out there and do that and Pettis, the dude that you said was not good enough for your team to be wide open and do that. What was the dancing? You should be embarrassed, Kyle. And the penalties, to me, was your team was not mentally ready.
Penalties,
I feel better,
are mostly associated with coaching. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Go ahead.
Whether how much of it is true or not, the bottom line is, when a team has a lot of penalties, it's a reflection of the coaching. So that's Kyle Shanahan.
The rules.
Kyle Shanahan. That part is on him. So my point is, if you're saying that Trey Lance was about what we expected, I'm kind of with you. But what lost the game? Well, turnovers and the penalties. Well, I mean,
and the fact that you didn't score more points. Let's not take the offense off the hook.
No. I'm not taking the offense off the hook, but I'm also acknowledging that this supposed great defense, with conditions wholly in their favor, what they allow 3 touchdowns in the last 20 minutes?
Oh, man.
3 touchdowns in the last 20 minutes. In a rain-soaked field. A couple broken plays. You know what? The NFL is broken plays half the time.
Was Lance's interception because of the weather? No. Well, he didn't see him.
First of all,
he jumped it.
You know what? So much of the NFL is about touchdown passes and explosive plays. You get a couple of those, you win most of the games. 49ers don't.
But I thought it was going to be different, you know, Steiny.
They're not really explosive. They've never been explosive under Garoppolo. They certainly weren't explosive yesterday. So don't give me the
we saw one to Ayuk. He hit Jennings for a long one. Like I said, Steiny, he didn't get back-to-back opportunities to do it with his arm and his eyes. I just didn't understand. Like the play calling, that's why I'm saying I'm blaming Kyle, Steiny.
I didn't
understand it.
I don't blame anybody, because
they're 0-1.
I don't know how good they are. I don't know how great they can be. And this was a game. It's the first game of the year. You know what I was thinking about? Think about this. I know basketball is different.
It's coming up.
And I'll say anybody remember this game, and people will be like, yeah, they kind of do. But the point is, it doesn't matter. Remember Kevin Durant's first game? They got beat by as a Warrior.
They got beat
They lost by 35 to the Spurs.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant's first game. Warriors lost by 35. Again, I know that basketball's different, but
the Bears were the worst team, arguably, some had said, in the league, Steiny. Right. I'm not telling you the Niners aren't going to get to their ultimate goal, but let's put some rats on the table. Was Trey Lance better than Jimmy Garoppolo yesterday? And did Trey Lance instill any more confidence than you before seeing this game? To me, I'm more worried.
Well,
I'm not blaming them. I'm more worried about 5.
See, I do think one of the big things that has to be established, and it really can't be established, is how are you assessing Trey Lance? I mean, essentially, if you're assessing him as a third-game quarterback, well, you're saying, you know what? We got to expect that out of him. By the same token, if Jimmy Garoppolo throws the same interception that Trey Lance throws yesterday,
which he has,
he's getting run out of town again. My point is this. Don't say Trey Lance, yes, Trey Lance could be solid, but stop telling me that he was okay yesterday when you know damn well if Garoppolo played the same way, you'd all be laughing at him.
But, okay.
That's the bottom line.
Can I come to his defense, and you may not agree, but we've seen the Garoppolo movie over and over and over. This is a young kid, and again, I'm not saying he was the sole reason they lost. Justin Fields, who was a clown show, Steiny, and people were just disrespecting left and right, he outplayed Trey Lance. Okay, so we'll leave that there. But Trey did not instill any more confidence in me that this is going to be a different and more dynamic offense. And again, I know quarterbacks miss passes all the time, but the one to Croft, you got to make that, Steiny.
We're saying the same thing about Garoppolo for the last 2 years. Got to make that one. So all I'm saying is, of course, it's...
How shocked are you, partner? Give me that.
I'm not that shocked.
Are you really not shocked?
No.
There's not a soul that predicted the Bears could go up to win this game.
But it's the NFL. Did you look at the scores yesterday? I'm at a sports bar yesterday watching all the games.
Go ahead.
And at one point, I'm walking through and I'm looking at every different game, and I'm like, wow, that game's close. That game's close. That game's close. Look at that score. So it's week 1. There's a very good chance that the Bears will end up being lousy, and the 49ers will be pretty good. And we'll look at the game like we looked at the game last year when the 49ers lost to a pretty lousy team early in the year that I can't
tell
remember.
Me, Steiny, why the running back position or the running backs were supposed to be a position of strength, and we saw the injury to Mitchell. Another injury to a 49er running back, but Deebo Samuel has 8 carries, 1 less than Jeff Wilson Jr. by design. What signal is Kyle telling us to what about the stars or the studs in the running back room?
888-957-9570 is the number. It's just one game.
Oh, why are you doing that?
We got Daryl the Guru Johnson.
I'm just telling you what I saw and didn't see.
And I'll be the voice of calm. It's just one game. But I do have a lot of questions, and I'm going to want 49er fans to help me with the answers. 888-957-9570. Trey Lance, 1 and 2 as a starter.
Welcome to the first Monster Monday of the season.
We'd obviously like to get a win, but it's just annoying to give a game away like that.
We're reacting to the Niners' loss in Chicago all day long.
No!
Just frustrated with myself a little bit. Just feel like I'm a lot better than that.
On the Bay Area's sports station, 95.7 The Game.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years, like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models? Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
At Left Coast Buyers, we buy properties all over California. If you own a house or an apartment building and want to sell it fast at a great price, call us at 925-434-5000. We can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. We buy properties in any condition, any price range. Do you own a property that is run down and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Are you out of time, money, and energy? Are you looking for an easy way to get top dollar for your property and sell on your terms and timeline? Well, call Left Coast Buyers now at 925-434-5000. We buy divorce houses, inherited houses. We even buy vacant houses and abandoned houses. Do you have a tenant who hasn't paid? Are you behind on property taxes, mortgage payments, or even facing a foreclosure? Even if you're just nervous about capital gains or an upcoming recession, we've seen it all. So if you or someone you know owns a property and needs to sell, call Left Coast Buyers at 925-434-5000. That's 925-434-5000.
Do you have neuropathy? Are you experiencing numbness, tingling, and pain that just won't stop? Are you taking dangerous drugs that have serious side effects and never fix the pain? If so, please listen to this message. Neuropathy is a serious, progressive condition that only gets worse if not treated properly. Call SF Bay Wellness at 844-94-NERVE to get back to doing the things you want to do. There is no drug, exercise, or surgery that can heal nerves. Don't wait until your condition gets worse and stops you from living your life fully. SF Bay Wellness has a time-tested, proven track record of helping hundreds of patients to improve and reverse their neuropathy. If you're ready to regain your independence, contact SF Bay Wellness at 844-94-NERVE. Call now for your $99 neuropathy special and receive a personal treatment plan that is tailored to your needs. Call 844-94-NERVE. That's 844-94-NERVE and start to enjoy life again.
Doors and loading dock equipment are a crucial part of your business and one you probably don't think much about until they break. A broken door or dock leveler can be a real security threat, along with disturbing the flow of goods in your business. Luckily, RNS is here for all your commercial door, dock, and gate needs. From overhead doors and security shutters to fire-rated and personal doors, RNS can provide your business with safety and security. Call 800-FIX-A-DOOR to schedule a free estimate or visit rsdoors.com. RNS Doors. Look for the red truck.
Come into Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill September 23rd through September 25th for their fall clearance sale event. Take advantage of factory direct prices, one-of-a-kind opportunities, special pricing on floor models, and convenient financing. And save on new appliances from trusted brands like Miele, Bosch, Electrolux, LG, and Maytag. Visit Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill for their fall clearance sale event, September 23rd through September 25th, for the best time to save on new appliances for your home.
Get a cash offer for your car, truck, or SUV today at your local Bay Area Chevy dealers. Selling has never been easier. Just bring it into a Bay Area Chevy dealer, get a free appraisal, and we'll make you a cash offer on the spot with no obligation to buy. We buy any make or model, paid off or not. Find your local Chevy dealer at BayAreaChevroletDealers.com.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor. And he can do just about anything because
I make the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
We really are trying to create this homestead.
there are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1 Series tractor for just $124 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Woo-hoo! Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
Oh, yeah. You know me, I'm Matt Steinmetz, the voice of reason.
Who was also in England when the Queen passed.
Yeah.
We'll wait till Wednesday. You can tell us about
Wednesday
that.
we'll do all that
people
stuff.
upset right now. And I need you to walk me through my feelings.
All right.
Yeah, because I ain't blaming.
Listen, here's
Kyle's the guy.
Here's what the VOR says. The voice of reason. Look, terrible start to the Trey Lance era. You almost couldn't have scripted it worse unless he threw a pick six in the first
Not
quarter.
early on.
But the bottom line is it's one game. They didn't look good. And it was kind of an outlier, I think, with the rain. But this is why I love football.
All right. Let's
and you
get
know
this
what?
smile.
I'm coming clean right now. I like watching football more than basketball.
You know what? I
do.
I think it was JD.
Give me an NFL game over an NBA game.
Remember I said they're all like my kids, and who do you like the best? You can't say one.
Because the bottom line,
kind of like,
bottom line is we now have a game.
But
we're going to talk about this all week.
Yeah.
You're going to get to say this team's got some problems if that's where you want to go.
I want to give you before you go to the calls.
Or you're going to be the other side and say,
No, I'm going to be fair.
Stop it. Okay. Stop it. Stop overreacting. It's one game.
Let me get this off my chest before you get to the packed phone lines. Trey Lance, the observation, has a baseball windup. When the pocket gets dirty, I can see it, that he wants to throw the ball, but that long delivery takes a while, Steiny, and you can't get it off, which in turns make him sit there like a sitting duck where they're going to sack him or he takes off and run. So that's something that's bothering me, that's really starting to bother me now that, he ain't upright with the ball up and can get rid of it. And I think we saw some of that when the pockets start collapsing on him yesterday. Now, I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming his head coach on everything I saw yesterday. But for you to go to Chicago to play the sorry-ass Bears and their defense, and Ayuk only have 2 receptions and Debo only 2 in the air, I don't care if it was thunderstorm. It's Donnie. I'm going John Dickinson, who we'll talk to today at 2. That's a problem.
It's a problem after week 1. And again, that's the beauty of football. It just is. It absolutely is. And you know what? What if Guru 8 weeks from now, because we all should know game 1 can be outliers. What if 8 weeks from now the Niners are 3-5 again and the Bears are 5-3? Well, then maybe we say, you know what?
This has nothing to do with
yes,
the
it
Bears.
does. Yes,
Why?
it does. Because then we were wrong. Or let's say the Bears end up 10-7 and the Niners end up 7-10. I don't care how it happens, but let's assume not a big injury. Then I consider that we were wrong, not the 49ers underachieved. Who the hell are we? Why did we think, if they go 7-10, that's who they are.
But it doesn't make the loss any more acceptable.
Well, let me tell you something. If the 49ers lose 10 games, we'll forget about this one.
No, that you're right.
This won't be the biggest loss of the season if they go 7-10. It'll be just one you've
was right,
forgotten.
Steiny. They did get tired, but they kept getting put out there because the offense, to me, couldn't do nothing. And it caught up with you, man. And I know I'm fixated on one pass to Croft, but Steiny, that's a touchdown. Kyle's looking at that like if you deliver that, we got 7 or damn near in the red. And then they got the ball in the red zone and couldn't score. That's the same old thing we've been seeing with Jimmy. And I know it's his first start. It's not all on him. And can you know what? Grab the call, Steiny, because Kittle wasn't even available. Where did that come from?
You know why? Nobody thought they'd need Kittle in this game. Nobody thought they'd need Kittle in this game.
Oh, man.
Maybe we'll see if he plays next week. But here's the other thing. Like, if you're a Trey guy, not a Jimmy guy, at least admit that if Jimmy Garoppolo had that kind of game, you'd be killing him. You'd be killing him. 13 for 28, no touchdowns and interceptions.
I got my hand up.
Now, the beauty of this season.
You got to look at that list. I think your name's on there.
The beauty of this season is going to be the guys who like Trey Lance are going to say he's only quarterbacked 3 games. The guys who like Jimmy Garoppolo are going to say he's not as good as Jimmy Garoppolo. That's just the way this is going to go. Ask me what I feel like. I have no idea. So I don't know what the list is, but get me off
What
it.
about the team concept?
I don't make predictions about this kind of stuff, about a rookie quarterback. Come on, man. I'm just saying.
What did we talk about all off season?
What?
It was Trey. It was Jimmy. But I told you, your partner, I said, Steiny, I can see the forest for the trees. It's about the team's success.
No doubt.
They lost to the Bears.
Right.
That's not all on Trey.
No.
But I am Team Trey. People don't think I am. I'm Team Trey to the point to where I can tell you this, and I'm a realist. Did he instill any confidence in you yesterday? It was one game, but in that one game, did anybody walking around here can say, and I'm telling you what they're saying, nationally, Steiny, they're writing articles that the kid ain't ready, that they see red flags. I'm not going there, but that didn't instill any confidence yesterday.
I'm trying to think of all the quarterbacks that have come through the NFL in their 3rd game. How many of them instilled the confidence that you want and expect out of Trey Lance? I don't know.
Give me something to hold on to.
No.
I didn't say.
Not my job.
No, I'm talking about Trey.
What? He's definitely.
That interception. Oh.
Yeah.
That was a Jimmy interception.
Here's the Trey Lance, the play where it was, 3rd and 8 or 6.
He showed his legs a little bit.
To me, he was a little bit inaccurate. Well, we thought that might be who he is.
Okay.
All right. He got some yardage through the ground.
15
That's who we thought he might get. So to me, Trey Lance was who we expected him to be. Period.
If this is
reasonable people.
Steiny, if that's what it's going to be, then they didn't upgrade in the quarterback department. And the fact that you lost to the Bears, be on alert, you can lose to anybody. That's what I'm telling you, if that's what he's going to be.
No doubt.
Okay.
Absolutely. Although, if he had a Garoppolo game, people are saying, boy, if he would, you think they would have won with Jimmy Garoppolo?
And I know it was last year. He went there and he had a good game to win.
Well, you know what? To me, it's kind of not worth going there at this point because we can talk about that down the line. But I will say this, the interception that Trey Lance threw with 3:03 left in the 4th quarter, that to me, that is getting overlooked. I don't, you want to say he's a young quarterback, this, that, the other thing? You can't get picked off there. You cannot.
But the dude, what did you see?
And here's the other thing. Well, there's only 3 minutes to go. Yeah, you're damn right. That's why you can't get picked off.
13
You've got to go punt that ball, hold, and try to get a field goal to tie it up. But you know what? He's a young quarterback. Don't expect him to throw.
People coming at me, Steiny, I haven't definitively made up that was one game. I'm just telling you on the one game, it was average, below average at best.
Of course.
So there's nobody that can text or call and say anybody that's talking like myself is not being fair. I'm calling a spade for 1 week.
Yeah, I think what people who disagree with you will say is where you gotta chill out is you've got to look at this guy. That was his 3rd game.
Are you saying my expectations are too high?
I think everybody's well, not everybody's, but yes, I think a lot of people's expectations are too high.
So how do you have the team's expectation? Maybe they can get to the Super Bowl, and then
for one game he did not look better than Jimmy Garoppolo.
All right.
Let's see what happens next.
That's where I'm at.
Jonathan in San Francisco, get us started.
Hey, good afternoon, fellas. I saw game 1. It's just game 1. It's a long season, but dumb penalty. So on defense, so that means they don't have a leader like a Willis type leader that will check everybody out. Like, man, we can't be doing that kind of dumb play because it's going to cost us. And dumb play calling on offense. I mean, Debo was running too much, and from what I heard from the preseason, we got all these running backs. Like, why is Debo running too much? Why is Trey Lance running too much? What kind of game plan are we have on this day? I had a bad feeling from the get-go. It's like, what are they trying to do? And then for them to start a quarterback who's this raw, I mean, regular plays isn't regular. And that's what drives me nuts, guys. I mean, how do you decide that we're going to start this guy and we got this roster made ready to go after a Super Bowl or at least make a run at it?
Well, all right. Hey, Jonathan, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
See, now that he wanted to get into, they shouldn't have gone to Trey Lance yet. Jimmy Garoppolo should be started.
He said he was raw.
Now, my mind, okay. We all know that's what happened. It's not time to talk about that yet.
Okay.
It's not time to talk about that yet. Although I will say this.
I didn't
Let me tell you what. I'm going to tell you what. This is a media aspect. This is a media aspect.
It's
the San Francisco 49ers are playing in New York, New England, Chicago,
Philly,
Dallas.
Oh, yeah, where you at?
Somebody either after the game yesterday or today must ask Kyle Shanahan, at any point yesterday, Kyle, did you think about going to Jimmy Garoppolo? And can we assume Trey Lance will be the starting quarterback week 2?
Damn.
And you know why you have to ask that question? Because no matter what Kyle Shanahan says, it will be the established response after one game. Because you know what he's going to say? You're an idiot. Yeah, of course not. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. But you have to get that on the record.
I'm not mad
Because if they go to Jimmy Garoppolo in week 3 or 4 after they're 0-3, then you were right to ask that question. And you know what? And the reason
camera was all on Jimmy yesterday.
Here's the other thing. When Brady got pulled from that game years back, a New England guy said, is Tom Brady going to start next week?
Oh, I remember that. All right.
If for no other reason, maybe you kind of have to ask that question.
I just can't believe the team lost the game. And another 10-point lead squandered. And I know Willard talked about, hey, Goo, when they had to throw, but that was after the fact. Fields completed 2 touchdown passes on your defense while it was still a wet field. And Dibbs is right. If they got tired or fatigued because of how you handle preseason, I'll call that a stretch. It might be something there, but you can look all around the NFL like you talked about yesterday, Steiny, at the sports bar, to where a lot of ball looked like preseason. We're in San Francisco, man. We're talking about the Niners. A 7-point favorite. Some people's picked to win the Super Bowl. The O-line was trash. What about this running back room? And what about Mitchell? Kinlaw going in the tent early in the game. All this stuff is still the same.
Well, but Goo, it's one. You got to acknowledge one game. Come on.
Okay,
it's not. You
get
can't.
hurt in game 4 or 5.
Right, but you can't say everything is still the same after one game.
That doesn't make it all bad.
But you got to say something like
what?
I'm seeing the same thing as. But
the sun came up and a Niner running back got hurt.
But they were 10-7 last year and went to the NFC Championship.
You're talking about the record. I'm talking about injuries. Kinlaw hobbled off the field.
You know what? Can somebody get me an NFL injury report? Because I guarantee you other teams had guys go out every bit like... you know what? Here's what I can't stand.
So you're not concerned about
Here's
Mitchell.
what I can't stand.
Reportedly going to miss a couple weeks?
Here's what I can't... No, Mitchell's different. Mitchell's legit. I can't stand... Javon Kinlaw, he stinks. He's a bust. He's a joke. Oh, boy, we just lost Javon Kinlaw. Boy, these injuries are stacking up again.
You're rooting for guys like that. That's
you can't say a guy stinks
and
then say, boy.
It's overreaction Monday, Steiny. I'm not calling him a bust.
Not for me. I'm the VOR. I'm the voice of reason.
So am I.
No, you're not.
I'm telling you what I saw.
You're the voice of emotion.
Give Trey Lance a letter grade yesterday, Steiny. Please, don't run from it. With the red pen, tell us all what letter grade you would give Trey.
C-.
I give him D+.
So why are you yelling at me?
No, I was asking.
Derek's in San Mateo. What's up, D?
Hello, gentlemen. I am so happy. This is great talk radio. It sucks that we have to be talking about a loss, though. And here's my thing about Trey. And sorry, Steiny, I gotta agree. He's not ready. He is not ready. After however many games he played last year, I said he's not ready. You look around the league, you see Trevor Lawrence, you see Mac Jones, Justin Fields yesterday. These guys aren't ready, right? But guess what? They don't have a choice. They don't have a Super Bowl caliber quarterback sitting. Like, why are we getting Trey Lance out there so fast? Like, there's no rush. I'm not an X's and O's guy. I'm not Kyle Shanahan. Put Jimmy G out there on a short leash, and when he needs to, pull him back and then put Trey in. Let these guys learn. And one more thing. I don't know why people are crapping on Jimmy G for going to the Super Bowl. No one craps on Jim Kelly for going to the Super Bowl and losing a bunch of times. Where's his legacy? Jimmy G is our guy, and yes, I will give Trey his props, but he's not ready. When he's ready, I will give him his props. We have a Super Bowl quarterback sitting on the bench. Thank you. I love you guys.
Yes, sir. Wow. Thank you. Jim Kelly he's in a different tier than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Machine Gun Kelly? Yep.
Jim Kelly he's a Hall of Famer, obviously. Here's where I'll tell you, I'm getting sensitive in my old age. The caller said, I have to agree with Steiny. Trey Lance isn't ready. I didn't say he's not ready. I'm just saying, look at the history of the NFL and quarterbacks. He's quarterbacking his third game. Okay. His third game. Right. What we saw yesterday is what we should expect from him. If you don't like it, I'm sorry.
Listen,
but that's
partner?
the way NFL history has dictated things will go.
But no, the history has been the quarterbacks that go to their teams like Troy, Peyton Manning, and Elway. They didn't have a Super Bowl ready team that just went to the NFC Championship game. I do feel a little bad for.
Then man up and say, we must go to Garoppolo now.
No,
somebody can't have it both ways, Goo. I'm sorry, you can't.
But what both ways am I trying to have it? Kyle's doing it. He kept Jimmy in town.
If you're saying you're Super Bowl ready, but the kid ain't ready, well, then you got to play Garoppolo. Okay, so what are you saying?
No. I'm telling you, I bought the ticket, and the price of admission was, Kyle, you told me the kid would not slow you down, and he would be better, and the offense would be better, just as better or better without Jimmy Garoppolo. That wasn't what I saw yesterday, and it wasn't all his. Somebody said, Goo, give the team a grade. I give the team a F. I gave Trey a D-. The team was an F, coaching included. My point to you is when you cite those other quarterbacks, this ain't like normal history. This team has expectations.
Okay, so fine. Right. You're Kyle Shanahan.
Right.
What are you doing?
I'm not going to overreact. I made my decision. We got a game in Seattle. It won't be in the mud. But for the people that want to put their head under the pillows and say the weather had something to do with him missing Croft wide open, or Debo and Ayuk with 2 receptions, Pettis got a touchdown with no problem.
Well,
what?
I mean, I don't want to say the obvious. It's broken play. But the bottom line is broken plays can win you games or lose you games.
It is one game. I'm not saying Trey's not going to be it. I'm just telling you, Steiny, I didn't see.
What didn't you see?
A quarterback better than number 10. I think they win that game with Garoppolo yesterday. Up 10-0 in the third quarter with 8 minutes left. I think they bring that game home.
Do you expect to see a better quarterback than Garoppolo every single week? Each individual week.
That would be unrealistic.
Thank you.
So this is his Jimmy game then, on a bad day. Come in here, he lights up Seattle. Jimmy on a good day.
Lorenzo Neal, by the way, in 10 minutes. He joins
can't wait to hear him.
Every Monday at 1 o'clock. And we got Low on Mondays, which I love. He'll be fired up. Hey, by the way, real quick, I didn't see the advanced stats. How'd Juszczyk do yesterday? How'd that big fullback who's so important do? Let me tell you something.
There was a screen pass.
It's one of those.
It's
one of those things where I know. Wow. You know what? I know I'll lose the Juszczyk argument.
Right.
I know it.
And the kid
over the long term, I'll lose that argument. That's why on weeks I win it, Kittle. You mean the injury prone? How can you be the best tight end in football when you're hurt all the time?
For you, but,
all right, I'm done messing around there. I'm just kidding around. Let's go to Eric. Eric's in Las Vegas.
Vegas.
What's up, E?
Hey guys, good afternoon. I'm just gonna go straight to the point here. 2 reasons why we lost was because Mitchell 7 yards of carry after he got hurt. Wilson 2 yards of carry. And number two, the most important reason why we don't have 2 more trophies in our case is the defense is just not clutch.
You know what?
Can't hold leads.
Eric, I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up if you want.
Well, we live and die off our defense. I mean, if you see the Lynch Shanahan record, they always go for defense first in the first round. They're trying to build a defensive team, but they can't hold the lead.
Thank you, Eric. Very, very. If we're gonna make,
come on.
I don't want to say small. What do you mean? Come on now.
It was. They
Why
had
is
no
that not
points
fair?
At halftime,
right?
And then the offense did nothing. Do you understand? 3 and outs where you got to keep going out there. They got tired.
What part of clutch don't you understand? He said clutch. Our defense is not clutch. That means when the chips are down, that big vaunted defense doesn't make the play to save you or win you a game. They're good for 3 quarters. Then what? That's what he's saying. And the bottom line is, I'm not saying I agree with him or don't agree with him, but you can make that point. That's great. You know what? You know what? The 49ers defense, it's like that player who for 3 quarters puts up numbers and they look really good. And then in the 4th quarter, they disappear. That's a legit take in this day and age.
Again,
what?
The defense is not out there all 15 minutes.
Defense gave up 3 touchdowns in 20 minutes.
But how long were they out there because the offense couldn't do jack?
Big defense.
And there's coaching that calls the offense.
Chips are down. Yeah. Chips are down. Last 20 minutes of the game.
I just can't believe they lost.
Think about this for a second. This great defense. All right? Great defense. They give up 3 touchdowns in 20 minutes to the Chicago Bears in a monsoon. Yeah, they're clutch. Now make the case they're clutch. So don't tell that. What was that caller's name? Great point.
Yeah.
Great point.
Did Armstead play yesterday, Steiny? I didn't see him.
I like that point by Eric. I'm not saying but I like it. All right. Lorenzo Neal. Listen, I'm going to be, here's where I am transparent. I'm transparent. We got full lines right now. But we always do low Neal, 1 to 130. So if you want to hang on the line, you're more than welcome. If you want to try back in about a half hour, that works too. But low Neal coming up on the other side. And it's brought to you by BMW Fairfield, now open in the Fairfield Auto Mall. They provide a luxurious, all-encompassing experience to address all your BMW needs. Visit BMWFairfield.com today to book your visit. That's BMWFairfield.com.
No one, and I mean no one, breaks it down like Baldy.
Trent can't block everybody. Right. It can't be just Trent. Right. So this thing might take a while.
Brian Baldinger joins the Morning Roast tomorrow at 7:30.
This thing now has a wholly different dimension if Jimmy's there. And if he does struggle, is there going to be a quick hook?
On 95.7 The Game.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org.
That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
This football season, adopt a new tradition that's sure to turn fans into family. The Jim Beam Highball. That's beam and soda over ice with a lemon slice. Share one at the stadium or make one at home. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2022, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Dell Technologies semi-annual sale has arrived, and it's time to upgrade to the latest business technology. Save big on laptops and desktops with Windows 11 Pro. Plus, get amazing deals on server, storage, and cloud solutions, as well as top work accessories, including docks, monitors, and more. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL for special business offers during our semi-annual sale.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
New on Curiosity Stream. The kings of early Hollywood made movies, not friends.
Get him out of here before I kill him.
The Curiosity original series continues with a new episode of Titans, The Rise of Hollywood. Plus, meet the original alpinists of 1865. They scaled an impossible mountain for the first time, then fell to their deaths. Accident or foul play. It's death on the Matterhorn. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
What's your retirement look like? With Fidelity Income Planning, a dedicated advisor can help you create a flexible income strategy to grow and protect your wealth so you can stop worrying about the future and enjoy whatever comes next. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services member NYSE SIPC.
Today on Hey Culligan, better water that cares. Jane's on the line.
Hey Culligan, how can I avoid using all those plastic water bottles that harm the sea turtles?
Jane, our always-on drinking water system helps eliminate the equivalent of 15 billion single-use plastic bottles a year. So, you see, Culligan cares about sea turtles, too.
Aw, plastic pollutes and Culligan cures.
That's catchy, Jane, and totally true.
I'll take it, like now.
Jane, we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMC FM and HD1 San Francisco.
Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
All right, we don't mess around. Mondays at 1 o'clock, we bring him in for the entire segment.
Man.
Lorenzo Neal. You can also hear Lorenzo Neal, one of the greatest fullbacks in NFL history, tonight at 6 o'clock, along with Sean Salisbury. That, of course, is the football hour, so you get a full dose of Low on Mondays. And the beautiful thing about Low is all I have to do is say, Low, what'd you think of the Niners game yesterday? What's up, buddy?
I love you guys. You're the best, Steiny. That was nice and smooth. Love the transition. I want to see you guys come on with the song. Bring him in. No, bring him in. You know,
bring him out.
Yeah, Goose. Come on, Goose, take care of me, kid. Oh, my God. What do you think about the Niners? What do you guys think about the NFL? Just in general. That's the question. When you look at the league and you say, oh, my God, you look at all the losses, all the talking heads, and all of us, we're going to be, oh, my God, do we buy, or do we sell? Is it Jimmy? What is it? Is Jimmy to the Cowboys? What's going on? And look around the league. Guru, how you feeling today about them? How about them Cowboys? You know, you guys going to be calling for Jimmy G now? What do you want, Guru? Tell me what you need.
Wow. Lo, if I must tell you, I had Dallas not making the playoffs before the injury, but I'll just start here with last night. Since the season came out a couple months ago, everybody laughed and assumed the Niners would beat Chicago. Lo, what was that yesterday? Because my blame, I'm not saying Trey Lance is a bust. I'd be a fool. It's too early. I understand that. But I can tell you, my friend, he did not look good yesterday, and the team collapsed. I'm putting it at the doorstep of Kyle. Is that wrong?
No, you know what? I think it's some optimism, Goo, and I think it just, you know, it's like that sticker price. When you look at Goo, I know you got the Cadillac, but every time you look at that sticker price, like, shoot, you think about that Bentley, and I know you think about the Lexus and the Benz, and you're like, that sticker price. You're like, man, I ain't going to do it. And I think that's what we got to see yesterday. If I talk about, you guys know his name, Kyler Murray, and I talk about, what you saw yesterday, the Niners have problems. We said it from the jump. Guru, you always said it. What? A mobile quarterback. When is the Niners, what did Russell Wilson to Seattle? Because the Niners, the way they're built, they love getting after quarterbacks, but mobile quarterbacks, we all have to admit, you too, Steiny, that the Niners don't fare well. That game yesterday, you can't be a true indication of what we're going to see. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it was a monsoon. Guys, it wasn't just drizzling. It was pouring. That yesterday, the weather was absolutely ferocious. So here's the thing, though. I get it. Both teams had to play in it. So I'm okay with that. But if you look at Trey, and you said, did Trey Lance lose the game? You can't say that he lost the game. And here's the thing. Think about it. 3rd and 13. Playing in a slop. They see it as cover 2. They got dime on the field. Trey gets the ball in shotgun. It was a quarterback draw design. He picked up 13 yards. Because Jimmy had done that in that weather. And that's the thing that people have to realize. In that weather, no one wasn't throwing for 300 yards. Sure, does Trey have to get better? Absolutely. Trey on the interception. It wasn't a bad ball. You know what Trey did wrong on that? Guys, watch that tape again. He stared down where he was going with the ball, and the safety was able to come in there and intercept the ball because he stared it down. The pass would have got there. He put it low and inside, and he just made a mistake. Look at the Raiders game and the Chargers game. Steiny, I know you saw the play where they did the Tampa 2 Mike, where the Mike linebacker runs to the middle of the field. Waller's running down the middle of the field. If he catches this pass, if Carr puts a little bit more air in it, Waller may still be running.
Yeah.
So you're going to have mistakes. Do we bench Aaron Rodgers and say Aaron
I'm not
Rodgers
saying that.
Is dumb?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you look around and just look at the quarterbacks around the league, did Tannehill, as I like to call him, Steiny?
Yep.
Do you run him out of Tennessee? Because I'm going to tell you right now, everyone thought the Houston Texans might be the worst team in football.
Yeah. Hey, Lo, here's the one I thought. And look, I don't like to play the blame game, but let's talk about coaching for a minute because you brought one thing. All right. To me, 12 penalties, the common...
Amen.
To me, the common thing is penalties equals coaching. Okay, so that one's on Kyle. But here's the other thing. We're talking about the weather. The weather, Lorenzo Neal. Well, who is best equipped to play a game in the rain than a team with a dominating defense and the best running game in football? The Niners.
You
can make a case. That the weather should have helped the Niners.
No question. But here's the thing. You have to admit this though. When you saw quarterback Chicago, when you see him make that scramble, Armstead had him dead to rights. You guys know that. If he sacks, they're up 10-0. If and ands and buts with cannons and nuts, I know we'll all would have a Merry Christmas. If they make that sack, we wouldn't have this conversation. But you're right. This team, defensively, they should have dominated. They should have kept them in the pockets. No excuse for that. They missed tackles. But I'm going to tell you right now, the Niners aren't the best running football team in football now. I just can't tell you guys. I'm just right now, and that's the biggest problem to me. It's not Trey. It's the offensive line, the inability to run to the right side of the line because McGlinchey right now is we don't know who he is anymore. I don't know if the injury hurt him. Only thing they do is run to this left side of the line. And now when you're saying the best running football team, no, they're not. Now, if this team can run the ball like it used to be able to run the ball, we don't know now. Elijah Mitchell and the guys are down. You're going to have to use Debo more. So if this team is not the best running in football, now I'm going to say it's problems. Because this young quarterback I think he's going to have a phenomenal year if they can run the ball. Because you watched yesterday when he tried to boot Guru, the defensive end was already hitting him. He couldn't even come around the outside because they didn't even respect the run. When this team is running the ball at that with those cutback lanes and that stretch zone plays, Guru, they're all heading toward the left. And now the defensive end, he cuts down the line of scrimmage because he stops the cutback. Those defensive ends were coming up the field. They said, we're going to keep this boot. Trey is not going to get outside the pocket. They did a great job of containing him and keeping in the pocket, but the inefficiency of running the ball with consistency killed the Niners. So you're right, Steiny. This team is predicated on the run game, but they weren't able to run the ball like that we are accustomed to seeing. Steiny, they had over 100 and some yards more than Chicago. They had 99 yards penalty compared to 28 yards by Chicago. That's a difference of 70-some yards of field position.
Yeah, and those penalties.
Have you ever seen win a game like that? How can you win like that?
Yeah, and those penalties, some of them were, those are big penalties that result in first downs.
The quarterback, first down. Yes. Kept
no
drives
doubt.
Alive. Just dumb penalties. You're right.
Yeah. No, we're joined by Lorenzo Neal. He's going to join us every Monday at 1 o'clock, and you can also hear him every Monday from 6 to 7 with Sean Salisbury, the Football Hour with Lorenzo Neal. Let me just throw this at you. Boy, there's just so much to talk about. What did you think about 4th and 1 from their own 41 with 1 minute and 37 seconds left in the third quarter? They were up 10-7. A lot of fans saying they should have gone for that.
The field, guys. Who do you? I just don't know if they right now, guys. If I'm the Niners, I'm making evaluations and saying, is there a trade? Can I get on the phone, get Dallas on the phone? Do you want to trade Jimmy? Can I get a lineman? Can I get a? I'm not secure. Or is it a back out there? Do you see? Is there a running back? Because I'm telling you, if you don't have Mitchell in this running game, if you don't have these backs, if Wilson and these guys can't carry the load, it can be problems. Because this team is great at running the ball because then you set up play action, and that's why Jimmy had so much success. Because of the run, now teams can't pin their ears back because of the run. Your line didn't have to be great. But right now, if you can't run the ball with consistency, and I know the weather had a lot to do with it, both teams had to play in it, though, it's going to be tough.
Lo, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because this is one thing that stood out to me, and I came in and told Steiny, okay, hold on. When you make a draft pick, what do you want from the draft pick? Contributions, right? So you sent Trey Sermon packing, and now we were told or led to believe that this running back room was a position of strength. I'm looking yesterday, Danny Gray, speedster, Ty Davis Price, he was supposed to be something. They don't even dress, Lo. So who is that on top of you telling Sermon bye-bye, and now you got an injury to Mitchell. We don't know how long, but he'll probably be out. I'm like, why did I even think for 1 second that the running back room for the 49ers was a position of strength? Because now it doesn't look that way at all.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. With Gray, though, he's a speedster, but it's hard to throw the ball down the field when it's coming down like that. Yesterday, you got guys who got to run and see the ball, and then you got.
Well, Fields did it twice. Once to Pettis. You remember him, right?
Yeah, I do. But did you see the play? It wasn't twice. You got to realize that's a broken play. The guy was standing wide open. That wasn't running. He was standing waiting for the ball that floated, and he just waited for the ball and he. So I'm just telling you, it's hard. The ball's heavier. The ball doesn't spin as well. The velocity. So I think. So my point that I'm just trying to make on that, I just don't think that the speedster, which you're right. Yeah. Everyone's wondering why wasn't he up. And the point that I'm making on that, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm just saying what people have to take in consideration. You're going to be playing on a slick track, not good footing. The speed really come in effect when speedsters, when they're track runners, their legs are close together. So I don't know if that was necessarily the reason why they lost the game. The running back and offensive line, collectively, they have to get better. But there was a lot of upsets yesterday, and I know this is a great talking, point of the Niners because they're supposed to be a Super Bowl caliber team. I just think that if the weather and different things and they look that bad, I'd be saying it because both teams didn't look bad. Both teams look bad at times. I just think the weather had a lot to do with it, but it's no excuse. The Niners should have won that game. They could take 2 plays away and it's a different ball game, but they didn't find a way to win. That's a game they looked at the schedule and should have won, could have won, had the opportunities. With 7 minutes left in the third quarter, you're up by 10, and you found a way to lose that ball game. And you didn't respond and answer the bell, and I understand your point there.
Breaking news on 95.7 The Game is brought to you by Beat the Street. Tips to win a $5.6 million prize. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, my God.
All right, here you go. Both you guys, I want your reaction to this breaking news. This is from Adam Schefter, ESPN. 49ers running back Elijah Mitchell expected to be sidelined about 2 months. 2 months with a sprained MCL that he suffered Sunday at Chicago. 2 months, Elijah Mitchell out. Your thoughts?
The running backs that they have on this field now on the roster is not good enough to carry this team when your offensive line is not good enough. You have a Hall of Fame type of offensive tackle. We know that. And then you have guys. Let's just be real. And those particular guys have to get better. And Kyle Shanahan now is going to make sure that he has to scheme and do other things because until you can run the ball, guys, to that left side or the right side or whatever side you're going to run that zone stretch read, you are not going to get those ends to collapse and come down the line of scrimmage. They're going to stay home and they're going to take away the bootleg. So this young quarterback is going to have to win in the pocket. Oof. But if you're not strong at the guard, and if you're not strong, guys, at the guard and center position, you can have the best tackle in the world. But when the quarterback, this, Goo and Steiny, he wants to step up in the pocket. But if your guard and center, you don't know which guard or which center is going to get beat, you can't step up in the pocket because the pocket is being collapsed in your pocket. It's being collapsed in your lap. So the Niners are going to have to find a way to do certain things. Look for them now to say, okay, Trey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to use that ride offense, the read offense, where you just hand the ball in the middle and you ride it in his stomach through the line, and then he pulls out, tight end, pop pass, look for the other receivers. It's a 1-2, quick, getting the ball out of his hand. I think the Niners are going to go more to that. That's what I would do if I'm Kyle Shanahan. That's where the linemen, the running backs in the backfield, quarterback rides him into the line. As he rides him into the line, the linebackers are coming up the field. Tight end's going to be able to pop up. It's our receivers, and he's just going to be 1, 2, 3 and get the ball out of his hand. I think you have to go that until people can respect you, and you got to have some success, or guys are going to just stay home.
So they got Jordan Mason, Ty David Price, who didn't dress. The rookies, youngsters, do you go try to see what you get off the wire or whatnot, or is this who you brought to the dance and you're about to see if they can move?
Oh, I tell you what, man, you bring them to the dance, but Guru, when you bring them to the dance and you just bring them to the dance, you ain't married to them. So I think that you got to realize, without a doubt, you don't think the Niners are brought in and going to bring in some running backs this week for working out and trying guys out and seeing what they have? You have to. And that's what John Lynch, that's what GMs do. You got too many injuries, you got injuries, you got to get somebody that's not a rookie. You got to get somebody that's a veteran, that is a proven commodity in this league, and that's what the Chargers went out, and they went out and said, hey, okay, what'd they do? They went out and got a veteran running back, even though they had some backs. They went out and got a veteran running back that played in New England, also went into the Super Bowl with the Rams. the Chargers, the Niners are going to have to find someone that they can know that has been reliable and has had some wins in this league.
Lorenzo Neal joining us on 95.7 The Game. He'll do so every Monday at 1 o'clock. And also, you can hear Lorenzo Neal at 6 o'clock tonight, along with Sean Salisbury, the Football Hour. All right, Lo, I'm going to play devil's advocate. All right, devil's advocate. Doesn't mean I believe it.
No.
But I want to just present something. I hear the Super Bowl window, Super Bowl ready. Who the hell says? Let's look at this team for a second. They were 1/2 away from not making the playoffs last year, okay? Their offensive line right now is I don't want to say in tatters, but it's a weakness. You may be using a quarterback this year who is not even as good as Jimmy Garoppolo and who is completely inexperienced. You have a secondary that looks like it might be okay, but it's young. It's young, and it's going to probably improve. But, why do people think this is a Super Bowl team when they've had weaknesses?
Because I think you look around the league, though, Steiny, to your point, I think when you look around the league, who's dominant in the NFC? I mean,
True.
The NFC.
Good point.
It's open. You look at look at Tampa, look at Dallas, look around the NFC. Guys, it's really not that. There's no team. There's no dominant team necessarily in the NFC.
No doubt.
Look at the Rams. They got motorboated. So when you look at the Niners, I think with this offensive line, honestly, guys, I think this is the best move to go with the young guy because watch the tape again, guys. Watch the all 22 and watch what he did on some of those 3rd downs and 2s and 3s where it was nowhere to go and he made things happen with his feet and getting out of trouble. I'm just telling you, how many times he got sacked yesterday? 3 or 4. Jimmy would have got sacked 7 or 8 because they're not, and that wouldn't be, there's no disrespect to Jimmy. It's just right now the line's got to get better. And guys, it's a one game. Don't jump off the bandwagon just yet. Let's see this thing play out. Let's see with Kyle Shanahan, the mastermind, the genius, as everyone likes to call him.
Oh, come on, Lo.
Let me ask you this about Debo's usage, because when he was holding out, I was telling Steiny, and a lot of other people chimed in, he don't like the way he's being used. They won't go to that, Debo jet sweep until, week 8 or 9. But Lo, he was one carry away from leading the team in rushing from the running backs. Are you surprised at how much he got the ball yesterday used that way?
No, because here's what we remember last year. You're like, man, hey, look, I said they're not necessarily going to pay him. They're going to wait to see what these other guys, Cooper Kupp and all, get paid. But Debo was in a situation where he's like, look, if you want me to just play receiver, then you pay me. Okay, boom. I'm not going to go run the ball. Debo had to get paid for this reason because I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to use him. Hello, get ready, load up. Debo's going to come in effect. Debo Samuel's, because you got this now. You're talking about, I guarantee you right now, Guru. Sure as Monday come after Sunday, the speedster receiver that you said wasn't up last week, guarantee he'll be up this week.
All right.
I guarantee it. He's going to be up. Watch, because you're going to have to use Debo more in the running game because he's your best running back on your team right now, by far. So without a doubt, Debo's going to be used. And no, it's not going to surprise you at all how much usage he's going to get.
All right, Lo, love you, buddy. Can't wait to talk to you every Monday. All right, that's Lo Neal.
Yeah.
You can also hear him tonight at 6 o'clock with Sean Salisbury, the Football Hour. You know what that means. Open phone lines, 888-957-9570. That's the number. San Francisco 49ers, they lose to the Chicago Bears. Boy, it's just like that's the big story.
The Mitchell.
Nobody gave the Bears a chance. 49ers just going to roll in. Chicago stinks. They're a laughing stock. This, that, and the other thing. And next thing you know, you get beat.
Yeah, and if you want to play that game of, it happens week 1, you look at Dallas, okay, they lost to Tampa Bay. A lot of people got Tampa Bay doing something. Rams lost to Buffalo. A lot of people got Buffalo going to the Super Bowl. Green Bay lost to Minnesota. A good offensive Minnesota team, but that's different than the Bears. The Bears were downtrodden.
We don't know that, though.
Yeah, but again, coming into the season, they were forced down my throat of being terrible. And I told you before you got up out of here, they're a football team. They put on their pants and jersey but never in a million years did I think they were going to come back from 10-0. And again, a lot of people, Steiny, if I had $1 for Twitter, YouTube, the text line, Comcast business text line, telling me I'm contradicting myself. I'm not. I'm rooting for Trey Lance's success. But I'm telling you, yesterday was not good enough. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Nobody can sit here and call you and I, Batman and Robin, Kobe and Shaq, and say, did he play well yesterday? That's all. Let's keep it real.
How did he play?
Below average.
For what?
See,
for
I'm
a quarterback
tired of
in
that
the third game
of an NFL quarterback.
Let me just be honest. Okay,
he don't got a special thing on his jersey.
Don't kill the messenger.
Rookie, first-year starter.
Don't kill the messenger.
He's an NFL quarterback. Go ahead.
Don't kill the messenger.
Yeah, I'm not a murderer.
And I'm not. A
lover, not a fighter.
I never like to pit guys against each other. I was listening to the morning show.
Our guys.
Bonte said Trey Lance was solid.
He did not say that.
Yes, he did.
I heard.
And you know what?
When I heard him, he said he wasn't happy.
I'm not here to disagree with Bonte because
13
Trey to me delivered what any reasonable fan would have expected him to deliver playing his third game.
But he was 13 of 28. 5.9 per pass attempt. 43.1
numbers are not very good.
QBR, sacked 2 times, and ran 13 times for 54 yards by necessity. But those runs weren't scaring the bejesus off of the Bears. I was worried he was going to get hurt. I'm not saying Trey's a bust, but you need better. And you know what the growing theme's going to be moving forward.
Don't steal my material.
You think you know where I'm going?
Go ahead.
If we get another game like this, week in, week out, the right on the table is number 10.
Yeah, actually that wasn't my take.
Okay,
but remember we were talking about. See, I agree. You know, things continue. It's only one game,
right?
But yeah,
and the whole team stunk.
We're going to be talking about number 10.
Yeah,
I don't think it's the time for that. I'm not saying you do.
Hey, he can hit you on that. On those crossing routes. That's Trey's forte. Like he hit Ayuk early on, Steiny, for the big game. And then he did hit Jennings to go against what I'm about to tell you. But that Tyler Kroft missed throw, Kyle dies up. You dream for plays like that. He got Chicago, but you need the players to execute to make it a whop. And he overthrew him by like 10 yards. You can't have that. And if you're just going to be head under the pillow and say, oh, it was just one throw, okay, I'll give you that. But we're watching. I'm watching. And if your accuracy, Steiny, I told Kruger, they don't teach that. You don't go to the quarterback Walgreens. Wait, what you need, bud? Some accuracy. Oh, we got it on aisle A, big jug. Nah, you got it or you don't. You got to hit that play, man.
888-957-9570 is the number. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Talk San Francisco 49ers. Man, I have so many. There's so many branches to discuss.
Go ahead.
The first one is, if you're just joining us, the word on Elijah Mitchell is he'll be out 2 months. 2 months with a knee injury. That's been reported by Schefter, ESPN. So the 49ers are going to be without their best running back for the next 2 months. That's all right. Kyle Shanahan can just dream up running backs, right?
He's getting his bag,
he
too.
They're pretty much disposable. 888-957-9570. Can't wait to get to the other side.
Greatest football player of all time, Jerry Rice, with us here on the Morning Roast. Clearly, you and Trey know each other. How would you evaluate his game yesterday?
Well, I'm sure Trey, he would love to have that interception back. As he missed a couple throws, you know. But I felt like he played okay. I felt like he did enough to win that football game.
This is the Bay Area's sports station. 95.7 The Game.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you might be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to getrefunds.com/sports, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to getrefunds.com/sports. That's getrefunds.com/sports.
Do you have neuropathy? Are you experiencing numbness, tingling, and pain that just won't stop? Are you taking dangerous drugs that have serious side effects and never fix the pain? If so, please listen to this message. Neuropathy is a serious, progressive condition that only gets worse if not treated properly. Call SF Bay Wellness at 844-94-NERVE to get back to doing the things you want to do. There is no drug, exercise, or surgery that can heal nerves. Don't wait until your condition gets worse and stops you from living your life fully. SF Bay Wellness has a time-tested, proven track record of helping hundreds of patients to improve and reverse their neuropathy. If you're ready to regain your independence, contact SF Bay Wellness at 844-94-NERVE. Call now for your $99 neuropathy special and receive a personal treatment plan that is tailored to your needs. Call 844-94-NERVE. That's 844-94-NERVE and start to enjoy life again.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 9/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and autopay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Fremont Bank. If there's one thing we understand more than anybody, it's that it takes a local bank to really get the needs of local businesses. Fremont Bank has the flexibility and motivation to service your business loan needs like other banks can't or won't. With our full suite of business loan products and recognition as a top SBA lender in the Bay Area, Fremont Bank is the right choice for local and family-owned businesses. Fremont Bank. Learn more at fremontbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From carriage house to glass aluminum doors, RNS Doors has a full line of commercial and residential garage doors and gates to suit anyone's taste and budget. Visit rsdoors.com. RNS Doors. Look for the red truck.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep the facility running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, and Maria in Miami, Jules in Minneapolis, and Stan in Central Indiana, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with experienced branch staff at over 250 locations so you get the product you're looking for. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. An oil change with quality oil like Castrol Edge Full Synthetic can help your engine get more out of every tank. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $37.99. Get what you need for better fuel efficiency at any of our 6,200 stores or on AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples Associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 10/1. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
The Dave Matthews Band is coming to Shoreline on September 17th. For more info and tickets, visit 957thegame.com/events.
Get off of Twitter.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
All righty. San Francisco 49ers lose yesterday 19-10 to the Bears. Week one was supposed to be an automatic victory. Not automatic, but come on. This would be, here. You know what? Give
it to me.
Honoring the great Dan Dibley. He sometimes he sometimes uses golf analogies for wins and losses. And initially, I think if you lose this game to the Bears, that's a double bogey, right?
Night.
It's a double bogey. It's not just a bogey.
Triple with the injury.
No, but it's
it's your
if Seattle loses tonight, then it's just a bogey.
All right.
Because you know everybody else is 0-0. So, depending on tonight's game, we're going to find out whether.
Would the Dallas Cowboys call?
Now, we're not talking about that yet.
The Niners for Jimmy G, for Tony Pollard, the running back? It's a possibility. But listen, you want to talk about a bad weekend? I don't know what type of weekend. You look fresh. So Bonte Willard, JD, and 49er Frankie took his daughter, Katarina, who's really his son because he never had a son. They go to the Notre Dame game. Who loses to Marshall? I hooked him in Bonte.
Is he a fan of Notre Dame?
Die hard.
That's a shame.
Then he went to the Bear game, and the Niners lose to the Bears. And I'm not laughing.
Yes, you are.
But I'm smiling like that's what you call I want to get away. Damn it. That's bad.
888-957-9570. Let's get to some callers. Let's go to Brian in San Jose. What's going on, Brian? How you doing? Talk to me.
I'm doing all right. I mean, that was a rough game. Not gonna lie, but honestly, I can't blame Trey for that game. Honestly, I don't think he played that bad. I think he played okay. I don't think he played great, but the O-line was trash. Defense did not live up to my expectations at all. I mean, Justin Fields just ran all over him.
Hey, Brian. Brian. Let me ask you, because you seem like you're forthright, man. You're like you're an honest guy. So let me ask you this: if you're a Trey Lance fan, and Jimmy Garoppolo played like Lance played, would you have said Garoppolo played all right yesterday?
Great question.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
And
I don't know, man,
tough.
because I don't think Jimmy could have gotten out of the pocket like Trey Lance got out of the pocket.
Yeah.
And so I think he would have just gotten sacked, and I don't know. I don't know if I can sit here and say, but he would have made that throw.
Yeah. Good answer.
Sure. And
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate the call. But, my point is that's going to be a theme of this season is
so you're doing it, though, Steiny, and you don't even know you're doing it.
Doing what?
I want to ask, this is where I want to get.
I'm the vor. I'm the voice of reason.
It don't sound like it because you're using labels. When I ask you, how did the Niner, and this is where I want to get as a show.
Right on the money.
Moving forward, how did the Niner quarterback play? I don't want to hear about birth certificates. So, yesterday, I'm not blaming Trey. I'm not. He wasn't good.
That argument is not going away. How did Trey play yesterday to Matt Steinmetz?
Got you.
He looked exactly like a quarterback in his third start is expected to look. And if you expected differently, I think that's on you.
How do you think Kyle thinks he played?
Probably not great. Kyle doesn't think any of his quarterbacks ever played great, it seems.
Well, I just didn't see a lot of confidence in play calling by Kyle.
This is a rebuild.
Because every time,
let's be honest.
To Trey's defense, every time he hit a big play, they never backed it up with another opportunity for the kid to do it again. It was all, here comes Debo, here comes Ayuk, and I ain't hating on that. But let the kid get some rhythm, Kyle.
So here's the thing, though. If I say to you, how would you judge Jimmy? I'm sorry, how would you judge Trey yesterday? And you say, he was okay. And I say, well, if Garoppolo had played the exact same way, what would you have said? There's not a wrong. Like if you say, I would have said Garoppolo stunk. And the reason I say that's because Garoppolo's a veteran and Lance is a third-year player.
See,
stop acting like Lance is going to be a veteran. Stop it.
But he was put in a position for a reason because we were told, and I believe Kyle thought, I can get better from the position.
Maybe he can, but it's going to take 8 weeks.
He can, you're right, and it's going to take some time. It wasn't yesterday. So for the people, my boy squirt to you're contradicting yourself. It was just one game, relax. I'm not going to relax because I'm going to look at the position like a real football fan should. What did they get from it yesterday? Overthrows, interceptions. The game was kind of decided down 9. That was a bad pick. But damn, I ain't telling you that's why they lost. But I didn't see something that was so resoundingly better than 10.
Kyle Shanahan would say, look, the essence of the argument this year is going to be that. It's going to be that. If you expect better quarterback play, okay, then I think you're being foolish.
Then Jimmy, you mean?
No, if you're expecting better quarterback play, he'll be a little better. And you hope he gets better over the course of the season?
Yeah.
Of course.
Steiny, did he get hit too much for your liking yesterday?
Of course.
And I know, what are they going to say? Oh, it's football. He ain't glass, but damn, those were different runs than running out of bounds like Kyler Murray and the little road runner, beep, beep, and they run out of bounds. You can't touch him. He was getting hit like Earl Campbell. Roquan Smith could have put him out for 8 weeks. Am I the only one looking at it like we got JD at 2?
Oh, good call. You know what? I forgot to promo JD. He was at the game yesterday.
In the shy.
I guarantee you if I get
Did you get the Willard luggage story?
Yeah.
So the water was in the luggage?
Yeah.
Okay. So that happened at the airport.
Well, when you leave a piece of luggage outside in the rain,
the
inside will likely get wet unless it's one of those good strong metal.
So it was the airport. Yeah, the guy's putting it loaded on.
I don't know. I
that's my boy.
I bet you
he beat me in fantasy.
It's not a surprise.
Do we see how you get in fantasy? And you tapped out this year. Huh?
Yeah.
You miss it?
Not one sliver. Carlito in Alameda. What's up, Carlito? How you doing, man?
Gentlemen. Hello,
Talk to us.
Yeah.
Steiny, number one, Steiny, welcome back. I heard you were in England. I'm jealous. I hope you went to a pub and had a pint. I'm going to get to this Trey Lance thing. Listen, it was not a great game. I think the rat on the table is Jimmy Garoppolo would have played better because he plays better in bad weather. I'm tired of hearing about the excuses about the rain. In case you guys don't know, Tom Brady played in a snow blizzard to get to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to ask you guys, when does the start Jimmy talk start? Thank you, guys.
Let me tell you when it starts.
Not for me.
Not now.
Yeah, not.
See, the other thing,
people think I'm saying that.
Well, here's the other thing, Goo, where I could see how I could, because I'm kind of the voice of reason here. Here's where I could see maybe. Thanks, Carlito. Yeah. Appreciate the call.
Did you hang up?
Yeah, there you go. See now.
Voice of reason.
I know, but I lost my train of thought. Just because Trey Lance wasn't as good yesterday, as Jimmy Garoppolo on balance, doesn't mean he's not going to be better over the course of a season. You have to give a quarterback good games and bad games. I think this is where people are going to say, Guru. Here's where people would say, Guru, you're being unreasonable. What if you would call that a bad game for Trey Lance?
I believe he would tell you. Okay,
fair enough.
Right.
What if at the end of the year he's got 12 good games and 5 bad games?
We're all good.
Okay, so if that's the case, why are you so?
Okay, tell me when you're ready.
Why are you so emotional right now after one game when you know You got to get. You can't rob him of the opportunity to have more good games than bad.
If you can't do it against a bottom feeder in the Bears, when are you going to do it? That's what I'm trying not to overload on. But it's a big concern when I go to the refrigerator and I drink my water and I think about, you know what? Are you overreacting? If you can't do it against the Bears, you know what I fall back on? Listen.
Did you see how wet it was?
This is a big jump from North Dakota State to the NFL.
I'm
maybe
glad you're acknowledging
it ain't about the Bears and being the NFL version of a bad defense. Maybe it's about the jump, Steiny. And that's what I'm holding on to and trying to refrain from panicking. Maybe it's about the jump.
I always said,
and it's any team that he's going to play because they're bigger, stronger, faster. That interception was awful.
So where were you the last year when I was saying, hey, Goo, I mean, this guy didn't really play in college?
I was giving you high fives. You don't remember we were intertwined? We were two peas in a pod.
I'll be honest, you're expecting way too much from the kid. Way too much.
Am I?
Yes.
Or the head coach that anointed him the starter? That not only anointed him the starter, that drafted him and spent 3 number ones and told the nation,
here's where you get to have it both ways. Here's where you get to have it both ways.
I hate that.
Here's where you get to have
it both ways.
Well, you've set up an argument that allows you to have it both ways. And the reality is, if you really feel strongly about that, say we need to start Garoppolo next week.
Oh, no,
and
I'm
that
not
the 49ers made a mistake. Well, that's my point. So you come in and you rip everybody under the sun.
The team.
Trey Lance.
Okay.
Kyle, you rip everybody under the sun.
more than anybody.
Everybody tells you, Goo, it's just one game, just one game. 10 games from now, if the 49ers are 6-4, you'd be like, yeah.
See,
Trey Lance, he's the real thing, man.
The beauty of you is I'm sharing my insecurities that I'm not ready to unveil, but I'm sharing with you that they're there. Like corn. You know how you peel corn? I'm letting you know, I'm thinking, can he pull this off? The kid, and can Kyle guide him and help him to pull it off? Steiny, now your best running back is down for 8 weeks? You're 0-1?
Stop it. You can't have running back by committee. You can't devalue the running back position as Shanahan and Lynch do and then say, we're in trouble without Elijah Mitchell. Is he your best back? Yes. Okay. But you have devalued that position, Kyle Shanahan. You have made it clear that you can make anybody successful back there. So don't tell me Elijah Mitchell is going to be the difference now between a good season and bad. The consultant is in Walnut Creek. Hey, consultant, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, look, Steiny, let me be your proxy if you don't mind, or your voice of reason, okay? Because I'm with you. Here's the thing. I think when people are comparing Lance to Jimmy Garoppolo this year, you can be that guy that says, hey, Lance needs to come in, set the world on fire. If I don't have Patrick Mahomes, I'm pissed off and I'm going to be mad at everything else below that. Or we can recognize that, hey, look, what Kyle Shanahan did was saying, I've got this unbelievable talent. Because, look, the quarterback position is one of the hardest positions in the world to fill from a commander of sports. How much of a rock star must Trey Lance be that he gets picked up with only 11, 12 games worth of experience in his life, and they're just like, yo, I'm a football genius. I think this guy can do it. So here's what I think Kyle Shanahan's thinking, and then this is how it relates to the Bears game. He's like, I've got this top prospect that could be the next world beater as it comes to the QB. I've got a team that's ready to win now. So all this guy has to do is not lose a game for me and grow into his own. I'm not expecting him to win the game because I've got the team around him to win. And when the team that's around him to win loses, I don't think that you can then go back and say, oh, that's Trey Lance's fault. For example, when you've got a defense that's supposed to be the number one defense in the league or top 3, and you commit 12 boneheaded penalties that give the other team 100 yards, then you don't go blame the rookie that's not supposed to lose the game, but he's not supposed to win the game for you. He's just supposed to hold the ship straight.
No, good stuff. Good stuff, consultant. Here's the other thing. And
I got something
sometimes
for him,
you just
too.
got to break it down
Yeah.
to me in general terms. Here's where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm like skeptical. This is driving
Why
me
did we get here to pick
crazy.
them? Go ahead.
This is crazy to me, honestly. Why the hell do people think the 49ers can win a Super Bowl? They're starting a quarterback with no experience. How are you going to know? Who was under the impression? Who?
All right, I'm going to say something to you.
You really think the 49ers are going to win a Super Bowl with a quarterback who came into this year with virtually no college experience and 2 NFL starts? Oh, but you're going to go win the Super Bowl with Trey Lance. Get out of here. Your team can't be good enough in the other areas to make up for that.
Because we were disrespecting
That's what
Jimmy.
you thought. That's what you thought.
And that's what, you see what I'm saying? And I blew your wig off the day that I told you I gave Jimmy a B+
winning the
or
Super Bowl
A-.
with Trey Lance at quarterback.
It's almost like you were almost there with Jimmy at quarterback. But now I think people, and I'm not ruining or hating on Trey with this, he ain't got the experience or the know-how that Jimmy does. And we don't know how many weeks it's going to take for him to get that.
So you see, there's where you want
to get that.
There's where you want it both ways.
We assume that.
There's where you want it both ways.
And it's just 1 week. But for the consultant to say, hey, that Pastor Croft, you got to expect him to hit that. In 60 minutes of football, sometimes there's just a few opportunities, and you got to take advantage of them. Justin Fields hit his. He didn't overthrow the former wide receiver Pettis. He hit it. He hit
If
Pettis.
I could have got my feet under me, I probably could have. Well, actually, not with a heavy ball.
If it was a fifth,
Never
we'd all,
mind.
you know
Never
what?
mind. But that throw to Pettis was about as easy a throw as you could have made.
But he hit it. He made it. And then he hit my guy in the end zone. I forget who he hit for the touchdown. So those are plays, as bad as Fields was, that he made. Lance didn't make his opportunities or take advantage of them.
I have it right here.
Yeah.
So much of the game's about touchdown passes and big plays. You make a couple big plays in football, you can hold on and win a game.
I'm not, and Steiny, I'm so proud of myself.
Bottom line is you can make a case that there's 3 plays. Trey Lance overthrows his 2 receivers, and the 49ers defense breaks down twice and gives up touchdowns.
We would be not doing our job, because I don't think we harped on it enough, if we don't each say how bad the O-line play and concerning it is moving forward. Even after the interview with the great Lorenzo Neal, Steiny, if they can't block, and this is more than just a wet track, and it's everything, Steiny. It's everything, and I don't think that is the F, but how did that get omitted from when everybody was drunk? Oh, the Niners are going to go to the NFC Championship game. They're going to go back.
Guru, you tell me. You were everybody.
I thought they had it together.
Why? Why did you think the 49ers
I'm
had
having
it
problems
together?
with that. I'm going to the lab tonight, and I'm going to rewatch. That why is more like, why did you assume? And I drunk the Kool-Aid.
I mean,
Steiny, this whole line is real, man.
And again, I'm not saying it's outside the realm of possibility. Trey Lance may get better every single week. And by the playoffs, we're saying, I'll tell you what, we got ourselves a quarterback. And maybe they make the run. Okay.
That's still on the
table. Then you would look back on the history of the NFL and say, do you realize that what Trey Lance did this year is historically unique in NFL history for a guy who's quarterbacked 2 games to now lead a team to the Super Bowl? Like, I'm sorry. I'm not saying, of course it's within the realm of possibility. Did you expect that? You're a fool.
Well,
You're a fool.
Steiny, I'm giving you 100 with the red pen, but you need to be talking to the head coach on who put the kid in that position when you had a better option or an option that got you to the Super Bowl. So the question you should be saying is, Kyle, why did you feel the need to make the change when you did?
Because
you had a good thing going.
Well, I'll tell you what he would say. He would say it's time to make the switch to Trey Lance. The team last year, we went as far as we could go. All right,
you were up 10 in the fourth.
Yeah, but you know what, Darryl? I'm looking at my team. Clearly, we got a big problem on the offensive line. Our offensive line was much better. That's going to be an issue for us. And you know what? Here's what I'd say, Kyle. I don't like to tell you guys in the media because you guys are a bunch of knuckleheads, but I'm rebuilding. Hit the pike. I'm rebuilding.
Please.
I know. Do you think Kyle Shanahan thinks he can win the Super Bowl with Trey Lance? Just answer me that question.
I swear
Deep
to
in his
God,
heart.
I hate to use that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't.
Why did he draft him then?
To be the long-term quarterback of the football team.
In 2030? What are we talking about?
2025. You listen,
They were just knocking on the door.
Trey Lance
Steiny.
goes 5-12 this year, but he's the 49ers starting quarterback for the next 10 years, and they win 2 Super Bowls, who cares about this year?
I don't even know. I'm just floored with that.
Floored with what?
With a team that was in the Super Bowl in 19, had it. The team that was in the NFC Championship last January had it.
Yeah.
I could give a damn about a future. I'm trying to cash in on the window being open.
Well, then you should step strong and say Garoppolo should be quarterback in this football team right now.
But that's not reality.
Well,
Politics with this pick.
it is if you're committed to your opinion.
Kyle's committed to his pick, and politics come with the pick. You mortgaged our future on this kid that Steiny, not 2025, that was going to be ready now.
Chris A. I'm going to Steiny, why would Shanahan not think he can win the Super Bowl with Lance? That's a bad opinion. You know what? Let's do it this way.
All right.
One of two things. Either Kyle Shanahan deep down knows he can't win the Super Bowl with Lance, and so he's like, but we need to start the process of getting this guy reps so he can improve. Or Shanahan does think he can win the Super Bowl with a guy who went to a Division I AA school, who barely played in college, who only played 2 quarterbacks, started 2. Like, you know what? Then that's the height of arrogance.
That's where we're at.
Okay, well,
and look what that got to yesterday in the Chi-Town.
These things were all on the table before the game yesterday. And nothing changed yesterday.
You know what did something change yesterday, Steiny? From a team aspect, is whoever you blame about losing to the lowly Bears, the Jimmy Garoppolo, is he ever going to see the field? He had a good day. He had a good day. Because I believe with everything in my being, had he quarterbacked that game yesterday, they would have won. And that's who had a good day because he didn't miss a beat.
I think there are a lot of fans. I think there are a lot of fans out there that would disagree with you, and I would tend to disagree with you that Garoppolo wins that game. I would choose to abstain from that argument completely.
What about
But the bottom line is, why would they have won with Garoppolo when the defense, for the 8th time today, but nobody wants to seem to listen, gave up 3 touchdowns in the last 20 minutes of a game? That big defense.
My game might have been 21-0 instead of 10.
Our defensive line is so dominant.
What if I told you that game was 21-0 instead of 10-0?
Maybe.
And then now you can give up a couple touchdowns.
So with Garoppolo, Debo doesn't fumble?
And that's why I gave it. Hey, I'm going to give you I'll give you that. I'm just saying, I'm not blaming the loss all
So are you
on
saying
Trey.
Garoppolo never throws that interception?
All day, every day.
Okay,
but they would have beat the Bears, Steiny. Come on.
How?
Man.
How would they have beaten the Bears? The only way they beat the Bears is if Jimmy Garoppolo would have been better than Trey Lance yesterday.
And what I'm looking at in the numbers, that ain't all that. Like he could have done that, and it didn't have to be his best day.
Yeah. All right. John Dickinson coming up next. He was at Soldier Field yesterday, and he's joining us next. Phone line still open. 888-957-9570 is the number. Also, Twitch.tv, YouTube. There's action on there. Just search for Steiny and Guru. I'm engaging a little bit with it. I don't engage with the text line because you do sometimes, but
we do it all.
We'll hit you on YouTube or Twitter if
Twitch
if you want. Oh yeah, or
and
Twitter.
Twitch.
Yeah, or
we
Twitter.
got 3 of them.
All right, I'm just gonna get out. John Dickinson next on 95.7 The Game.
Welcome to the first Monster Monday of the season.
We'd obviously like to get a win, but it's just annoying to give a game away like that.
We're reacting to the Niners' loss in Chicago all day long.
No! No!
Just frustrated with myself a little bit. Just feel like I'm a lot better than that.
On the Bay Area's sports station, 95.7 The Game.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years? Like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models. Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
If you owe back taxes to the IRS, have unfiled returns, or are worried about an audit, the IRS is hiring 87,000 new agents to address these very issues. That means if you need to get your tax problems resolved, now is the time to get started. I'm tax attorney Robert Goldstein, and my firm specializes in helping individuals and small businesses resolve their tax problems. We work to stop IRS and state seizures. We may be able to settle your tax debt for pennies on the dollar with an offer in compromise. We prepare your past due returns, even if you have no records, and represent you before the IRS and state in an audit. At the law offices of Robert Goldstein, the consultation is always free, and we have offices located throughout the Bay Area. To schedule your free consultation, call 1-888-TAX-EXIT. That's 888-TAX-EXIT. 888-TAX-EXIT. And make us your last stop.
Hi, I'm Aaron, owner of California Deluxe Windows. Ever notice? When your neighbors get new windows, there is a large black eye of broken stucco, uneven plaster, and even mismatched paint. At California Deluxe Windows, we never leave a ring around the window. Why? Because we are one of the only companies in California who custom crafts every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Almost everyone else on the radio is a distributor. They grab a window from a warehouse, break open your walls, shove it in, and patch things up. At California Deluxe Windows, we take pride in our work. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
Call now, and for a limited time, you get 30% off your entire order and 24 months of interest-free financing. 800-874-3600. 800-874-3600. That's 800-874-3600. California Deluxe Windows. Windows engineered for life.
Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 774518.
Bart is turning 50, and we'd love to celebrate with you. Get 50% off your ride in honor of Bart's 50 years of service to the Bay Area when you pay with Clipper. That's 50% off Clipper Bart fares for the entire month of September. Add Clipper to your digital wallet for free. If you're eligible for other Clipper discounts like youth or senior fares, you get to take an additional 50% off those too. Details at bart.gov/50 years. That's bart.gov/50 years. Celebrate Bart's 50 years of service with us this September. Let's go.
Come into Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill September 23rd through September 25th for their fall clearance sale event. Take advantage of factory direct prices, one-of-a-kind opportunities, special pricing on floor models, and convenient financing. And save on new appliances from trusted brands like Miele, Bosch, Electrolux, LG, and Maytag. Visit Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill for their fall clearance sale event September 23rd through September 25th for the best time to save on new appliances for your home.
Here's Howie Long for Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear.
The world has gone hands-free. However, if you want to put on a pair of sneakers, you still need to bend down and help your feet in. Until now. Introducing Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear. You don't need to reach down to help your heel in. You just step into them and off you go. So what's the secret? Well, there's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide into place. And they stay on just like a pair of laced-up sneakers.
Get hands-free slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
I used to get frequent heartburn at night, so I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine.
With just one pill, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn all day and night. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Gorillas are bringing that new gold to Chase Center September 21st with special guest Earth Gang. For more info and tickets, get to our events page at 957thegame.com.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you are looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
O'Reilly. See the road ahead more clearly with Sylvania Bulbs and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase select Sylvania bulbs and get a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate, plus receive double O-Rewards points. Replace your bulbs today and see better tonight. Let the professional parts people help you find the bulbs you need. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMC FM at HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
All right, let's bring him in. He was at Soldier Field yesterday watching the San Francisco 49ers, Chicago Bears. John Dickinson. JD, what's up, my man?
Jay.
What's going on, fellas? Man, surprise. After that one, a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
And it's only week one. Here we go.
No doubt about it. Let's put Trey Lance to the side for a minute. Because to me, that was the story. Nobody really gave the Chicago Bears a chance to win that game. I didn't hear anybody say, be careful, the Bears are dangerous. So I know it's only one game, but how kind of troubling would it be if you're a 49er fan and that's the one you lose?
It's extremely troubling. I think you could make the case that it's top five or bottom five in terms of Kyle Shanahan losses during his tenure. If you just start running through meaningful games, I think this could be in the top five. But how do you lose a game to a team that projects to be, and look, maybe the Bears wind up being better than we thought they were. But at this point, how do you lose a game where you outgain them 331 to 204 and you have a 10-0 lead late into the third quarter? Well, it's missed opportunities. And it's penalties, 12 for 99, but it's not only the 12, but it's the specific penalties. It's the Greenlaw face mask on third down when it's 10-0, and it extends a drive where the Niner defense was off the field, and then the Bears score a touchdown. It's the defensive hold when it's 10-7, and then the personal foul on top of that when the defense, again, would have been off the field. Those are two stops where the Niners would have got the ball back with no points being scored. And then a couple of defensive breakdowns follow for touchdowns, and now you're down. And now Trey Lance has to go save it for you in a similar fashion to the way maybe Jimmy Garoppolo had to save a few games for the Niners over the years.
Jay, Steiny has my full undivided attention, but you're here in the studio. Your face is to the left of me at that mic because we were talking about, hey, the Bears, we're told they're awful, but, they're an NFL football team. I don't know where to start, but I'm going to start with Trey Lance, and I'm not blaming him. I felt like he could have played better. The missed throw to Croft, I was telling Steiny and the listeners, you don't get plays like that back in 60 minutes. You can overcome it. But, Jay, there's Kyler Murray type of running, and I'm not saying I want Trey to be him to where you run and you get out of bounds and you kind of stay out of harm's way. But last year, we saw Trey get hurt at Arizona. That play at the goal line. He ran 13 times, Jay, and every time I was like, that's too much contact for my starting quarterback. My God, what's going on? What did you make of the 13 runs from Trey Lance? Because to me, Jay, it was too much contact.
Yeah, I found it stunning honestly as stunning as Deebo Samuel's 8 carries. We played that game. Right. Is it going to be Deebo the wide back, and how much? And is it going to be around 50 carries? And, well, they did it by necessity at the end of the year. And I think Elijah Mitchell going down was some of the added Trey Lance and Deebo. Some of it probably the elements as well. But I found it to be stunning. And, look, I'm not trying to come down Trey Lance's road either. And I know, Steiny, you said set it aside. But when you look at his overall line, it's kind of meh. He did have some great throws. I mean, but I think the elements dictated that maybe you don't throw it as much. I mean, he hits the 44-yarder to Jennings, the 31-yarder to Ayuk, but he, after the game, acknowledged the miss to Croft, which is a touchdown, so 7 points in missed opportunities there. That came after that came a sack that he took, which took the 49ers out of field goal range, cost him 3 points, and then he hits Ayuk on a nice ball. They should probably score there, but Deebo gets the ball punched out for the turnover on that first series. Those first 2 series, guys, 6 to 14 points that the Niners just didn't get at all in a game that you wind up losing by 9. It's tough, but I was surprised. Look, I said it to you guys throughout the summer. I didn't think they were going to run it with him as much, but then when I got to training camp and I was watching him practice every day, it looked like they were going to run him a hell of a lot more than I would have originally anticipated. I think they need to be in more of a traditional offense with the running attack, an offshoot of that, a special, not something that is a go-to, something that's essential. You want that to me to be something that's extra. You're asking for trouble, but again, I'll say this to wrap it up quickly. Maybe the elements had something to do with just keeping the ball in his hands without having it, have to change hands too often.
John Dickinson joining us on 95.7 The Game. He was at Soldier Field yesterday. Let me ask you this. Do you believe Kyle Shanahan, not the fans, do you believe Kyle Shanahan believes he can win the Super Bowl with Trey Lance?
I think he does.
Okay, but that's arrogance.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, it is.
But I think he does, guys, under the context of he's going to have to get better. He's going to have to get better. He's going to, over the course of the season, in season, and whether that's hitting some of the throws that he missed in addition to hitting the throws that he made, because he did, and I laid out 3-4. I thought the 3rd and 5 throw before, picks up a first down, sticks a ball in there right before the interception. That was a nice throw. He had another one like that to keep the chains moving, but the consistency, the key, the playing like a poised veteran is you make all the good plays, but then you have to not throw the interception when you're down 13-10. That's reality. And he has to be held. We can say he's a young player and all of that. But if this team expects to win the Super Bowl, and I do believe Kyle Shanahan thinks it's possible with Trey Lance at quarterback, but if you believe that, then he can't immediately once you go down and the pressure is really on, and now you got to have somebody go make a play for you, throw a pick. You can't have it.
That's interesting. So you can't have it. From a quarterback who didn't play the year before he was drafted, didn't go to a big college, only started 2 games, but you're expecting him not to make big mistakes. All right.
JD.
I mean, are you hearing kind of what I think is an incongruity?
Yeah.
That's all.
I do. No, absolutely.
If Trey Lance is the quarterback this year and the 49ers win the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl,
he's the hero.
Then he's done something that is like very, very, very few other quarterbacks have ever done in the history of football.
But guys, wouldn't Steiny winning with Garoppolo just as be that satisfying? Like, I get that, but that's just too big of an ask for me to go away from Jimmy. But I got to ask you this, JD. Well, we had go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Goo.
We had Low on earlier, and the news of Mitchell being out for 2 months to me is devastating. Steiny said something to me like, I thought this running back room was deep. You sent Trey Sermon home. Ty Davis Price and Gray didn't even dress. I know Gray's a receiver. My question to you is, do you expect the Niners to bring somebody in to fill the void of, I told Steiny, their best running back not being available?
I think they'll bring somebody in, but the person they bring in is going to be behind Wilson and Mason and Ty Davis-Price on the depth chart. I mean, they have to bring somebody in because Mitchell's going to be out for 2+ months now, according to the report. And so everybody moves up a slot. And now it's Wilson, and you're going to have to go to Mason, and you're going to have Ty Davis-Price active on game day, and you're going to have to get somebody else just as a depth option. Oh, you still got Deebo Samuel, who they showed yesterday is apparently still going to be more of a running back than a wide receiver. So, I mean, maybe they just keep deploying that, but it works in conjunction with the conversation we were just having, guys, about can you win the Super Bowl with Trey Lance? Does Kyle Shanahan believe you can win the Super Bowl with Trey Lance? A big part of the reason why I think Kyle believes that, Steiny and Goo, is because the rest of this team was supposed to be so good and so buttoned up that they could do it without asking Trey to have to do a lot, game in and game out. And I think what we're finding is already that maybe the wheels are coming off of that a little bit. Maybe he's shown week one can get better, can improve, that he's not quite yet capable of, when the chips are down, even against a bad team on the road, he can lead that answering touchdown drive. I know you guys don't want to play this game, and I'm not saying that Trey Lance played poorly enough to not be the starting quarterback for the 49ers week 2, but I do want to ask you guys this question, and maybe you've talked about it already. How many times did Jimmy Garoppolo, in a game like yesterday, when the Niners got down 13-10, even if it was partly his fault that they got down 13-10, lead them on a drive to tie a game, go right back ahead in a game in the fourth quarter, especially against a bad team? Especially, he may not have always done it in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl, but I'm telling you, the thought crossed my mind against the Bears. Jimmy Garoppolo probably goes down and leads them to a win.
Interesting. Interesting. Here's where I'm on JD is. To me, when a team loses, it's always a lot of reasons. Here's the thing that I find astounding, because we haven't talked a lot about it. This 49er defense, this vaunted 49er defense, supposed to be dominant, one of the best in the NFL, they just gave up 3 touchdowns to the Chicago Bears in the last 20 minutes of a game with Justin Fields at quarterback, playing in a monsoon. Like, come on. Broken plays or not. Please respond.
It's blown coverages, 1. 2, I think they got tired as the game went on. And I think you do see this happen from time to time early in the season when guys aren't playing a lot in the preseason, that they don't have necessarily the stamina to get through a whole game. You need a little bit more rest than maybe you need as the season goes on and you get more used to playing full games like that. But here's the thing, and I said to you, I think right before halftime, Steiny, I may have texted you. I said, hey, I think the Bears have found a little something with Fields escaping and using his legs to with him in the running game, and they got Herbert, the running back, going a little bit right before halftime. And what we've seen is mobile quarterbacks over the years can mitigate the pass rush and make some broken plays. And that broken play to Pettis, flip the game with his escapability. Then you get a blown coverage. But here's the thing, Steiny, and this is all related. None of it happens without the Greenlaw face mask the defensive hold on third down. Otherwise, they get off the field. The Bears don't have any points in either situation.
Jay, let me get something off my chest, man, about yesterday. Okay, the Bears are sitting on the Niners schedule, who, again, we know what the expectations were for months. You, Steiny, you and I talked about this was going to be a layup. What I'm tired of hearing about is all the other games that took place in the NFL as if that's cologne and an excuse on why the Niners lost to the Bears. I don't care what happened in other locales, and I know what people are talking about, but I'm worried about what the Niners did and what they didn't do. And Kyle Shanahan didn't have his team ready. I don't care what Green Bay did. I don't care what Dallas didn't do. That don't make the debacle which took place in the monsoon yesterday, blowing a 10-point lead, that doesn't make it any better. Am I wrong for that?
Not at all. It really is an unacceptable loss. I mean, and you can say, Steiny, I can already hear you. Well, how can you, every game's a game, and you come on and you yell about unacceptable this and unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horrible loss.
No doubt.
It's a horrible loss. I think it's a top 5 worst loss in the Shanahan era, because really the 17 year and the 18 year, they didn't play any meaningful games really worthy of being counted. And so the 19 year, they didn't really have maybe that loss to Atlanta in the 19 year, they had some in 20, but maybe with Jimmy Garoppolo was out a good chunk of that year toward the end, so none of those games were all that bad. I mean, it might be a couple of games at the beginning of last year that would fall into that category. But with the expectations that this team has, and yeah, maybe the Bears are better. Maybe the Bears are better. Yeah. Guys, maybe they are. But you know what? That still going into yesterday was the easiest game on their schedule. It was the easy, with maybe the exception of the next game on their schedule, the home game against Seattle. And I'm with you, Goo. I don't think it matters what anybody else did. I don't think it matters that the whole division's probably going to be 0-1 after tonight. It doesn't take any of the stink off of what the Niners did yesterday and how they played. You can win ugly. You can win ugly. The Niners win ugly all the time. You can't lose that game, point blank.
JD, great stuff, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Really appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
You got it, fellas.
All right, that's John Dickinson, who was in Chicago yesterday.
What'd you think how I just ended that?
I wasn't listening.
I missed you, too.
Welcome back, Steiny, right?
I got something I want to share, too, because my feelings hurt. About all the other teams doing whatever they did, that don't make what you didn't do any better.
No,
when did we start doing that?
Well, it's an indication of how I can say, Guru, just relax. It's one game. It's one game. Tough loss, bad loss. You want to use unacceptable? Go ahead and use unacceptable. But what does that really mean? Okay, unacceptable. Okay, win next week. The point is this, and I'm about to talk about this list in a minute, but I don't even want to really do it.
I don't know how I made it. I understand how you made it.
I don't give a rat's ass if Trey Lance stinks, is good, is great, or somewhere in the middle. I could care less, because I'm not a 49er fan, but I'm fascinated with how it's going to play out. And all I'm saying is, yeah, I am skeptical that a quarterback with the lack of experience that Trey Lance has can really lead a team, this team, any team, deep into the playoffs. I mean,
that's fair, man.
That just doesn't happen in the NFL.
Okay.
That's all.
So you've been with me how long, Steiny? How long have we been talking about? Because I'm going to take the people behind the scenes.
It's gone too fast, my man.
All right, well, but Shasky and I, we're brothers. I get this text, and I'm about to read it. Do you really think Lance can't throw? Come on, Goo. Why do you do this? I said accuracy is a concern. Can't throw was never said. I've been an advocate, Shasky, and the people listening for Trey Lance, and I still am. But don't tell me a monsoon is why he wasn't on his P's and Q's yesterday. I invited him to call in. He said he didn't want to call in and do the show.
I wouldn't have let him.
Well,
Shasky?
Yeah, he didn't want to call in.
I wouldn't have allowed.
But he didn't want to. He respected this. He didn't want to.
I wouldn't have allowed.
But we should have been able.
No,
when did I tell you that he can't throw?
You think that
he missed the throw yesterday, which was a tug. How is that saying he can't throw? I'm the one that wanted him to start from last year, week 1. Quit putting your head under a pillow when the kid had a bad game or a subpar game yesterday.
I would never.
Who said he can't throw?
I would
Accuracy is a concern of mine, and I believe yesterday was Exhibit A.
I would never make a prediction. I would never make a prediction about how good or how bad Trey Lance was going to be when he came into the league. How the hell do I know? I don't.
Let me
how
tell
do
you,
I know?
The coach told you.
What did he tell us?
Because he said, I'm about winning Super Bowls because I took my team there 2 out of the last 4 years, and now I'm going to bring this rookie to our team.
My point is
telling you,
I
Steiny,
made no prediction on Trey Lance. But what must
want him to be good.
Must be noted is if you think you're going to win the Super Bowl with Trey Lance,
yes,
you do realize you're asking for something that has maybe never been done in Super Bowl history or NFL history, or is such an outlier as to be unrealistic.
I agree with you 100, and we're not by ourselves.
That's why I'm not yelling and screaming any way about what I expected or not expected.
This is all at Kyle, and we know that Trey Lance is not. We have not determined. We'd be idiots, anybody, to say he's a bust or he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm just telling you, yesterday was nothing to write home about. And if you want to say it was because of the weather, fine. I'm just telling you, Matt Steinmetz, it's arrogance that Kyle put the kid in this position to think he had the goods. He may pull it off, he may not. But now you got O-line issues. Your best running back is hurt week 1. We are going to see this kid put in situations that Kyle told us he can excel in.
Well, no, he didn't.
I want to see it.
Stop it. No, he didn't. He never got Kyle Shanahan never said this guy could win the Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan, once Trey Lance.
What's it about, Matt?
I don't think that this is a Super Bowl team.
Though? What's everything about? This winning the Super Bowl. You lost it in 19, and you should have got there last year.
Let me tell you what it's not all about.
Okay.
Winning it this year.
Ooh, my goodness. Then you need to tell me what's it about. What are we doing?
How was Peyton Manning's rookie year?
That's
how was
different.
Roma? No, it's not.
They sucked. Their team was
Okay.
stinky.
Well, look, and I'll just say it again.
This team's got a window.
I'll just say it again.
What am I missing?
What you're missing is you fell for the banana in the tailpipe if you thought, without giving it a second thought, that a quarterback this young could get a team to the Super Bowl and win it.
We have not
hit the pipe.
You are not.
I'm not saying he can't.
Okay,
but
that's
you
what I'm saying.
But acknowledge that if Trey Lance wins the Super Bowl this year,
it's incredible.
Right.
So do you think Kyle gets more satisfaction than winning a bowl with a guy from North Dakota State than winning it with Jimmy?
It's not about this year for Kyle Shanahan. It's about developing Trey Lance to be the 49ers quarterback for the next 8 or 10 years.
If you're right and the fans are hearing that, what does that mean? It's not about this year. Tomorrow is not promised.
I don't know what that means.
It's a fact. Who the hell are you to be worried about
tomorrow
years down the road?
Now, I may
Kyle
not be
told
here.
us we were all going to be not here. Remember that? It better be about this season, Matt.
Of course
and
it's
you better
not.
be playing the most talented quarterback.
Here's the bottom line. If it's about this season, all or nothing, you wouldn't be playing Trey Lance. Kyle Shanahan knows that to win a Super Bowl with Trey Lance is a long shot. And so should every 49er fan out there. I'm not saying it can't be done, but give me a break. The guy's got no experience.
But
came from a Division I AA school. But you think that he's going to take the 49ers to the Super Bowl and win it?
People are on TV talking about this.
They're idiots. I don't even care who they are. I don't care. If you expect this team to get to the Super Bowl with Trey Lance.
I don't know why I'm mad.
I know why you're mad. Because you're rooting for something that is irrational on a lot of levels.
I'm rooting for the kid. And I understand everything you just echoed. I believe.
You know what?
For people to think because I'm reacting to yesterday's game
I'm laughing at this.
From a quarterback standpoint for Trey Lance, like
joke.
I'm telling you, he ain't got the goods.
It's a joke.
That's awful.
This is a joke.
And that's short-sighted.
This is a flat-out joke, and I can't even believe.
Emotions are coming into play.
How can you call yourself like a football fan or I've watched the game for 30 years and then actually be like, we can win the Super Bowl with Trey Lance?
Steiny, that's what they're trying to do.
Good luck.
That's why it's on the head coach for putting the kid in this position.
Good luck.
And telling all the other people in your room. Hey, did you hear the report that before he announced that Jimmy was coming back, he called about 15 guys in his office to tell him that Jimmy was coming back?
I knew that.
A few guys were like, well, how's that? The X's and O's
of it?
Did you even
listen? You don't listen to me
You
either.
were gone.
No. I spoke about this before I left.
Well, how the hell? That was a week.
I spoke about this before. You might have had dental surgery.
No,
I said when they re-signed Garoppolo, I said, for everybody out there that's saying no big deal, you guys are making this media creation. This is a great move, no risk. then why did he gather 15 veterans and say, what do you think?
Yeah,
because he knew it was an unconventional. Yeah. Just say it's an unconventional move.
Well, it totally is that, but I just don't believe he's doing that to. I guess you know what? If his ego is like that on 1,000, to where him winning it with the quarterback from North Dakota State is greater than winning it with Garoppolo.
You know what, man? Let's just be honest.
But don't tell me. Kyle ain't trying to win a Super Bowl.
I don't care if he is or he isn't. If he thought he could win a Super Bowl with a guy like Trey Lance, then he thinks he's bigger than the game. I mean, come on.
And I'm not blaming Trey.
He played at North Dakota State. He didn't even play the year before he was drafted. He played 2 games as a rookie. But he's going to play in a Super Bowl game and lead the Niners to an NFL Super Bowl. And let me be clear right now. I am not saying it is outside the realm of possibility. I am not saying that. But what I'm saying is you can't expect that to happen. You cannot.
Well, obviously, Kyle does if you put him in the position.
As a fan as a coach.
Well,
and that's why I believe Shanahan's just starting he has no pressure on him. He's just starting the Trey Lance clock. 888-957-9570 is the number. It's going to be a fun year. On 95.7, The Game.
I mean,
we see a lot of trash on our highways and in our waterways. This isn't what we want. Clean highways, clean water. Now that is what we want. You can help change this to that. Learn how at cleanwaterca.com from the Caltrans Stormwater Program.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Every search you make, every click you take, they'll be watching you.
Tired of companies like Google and Facebook watching everything you do online? There's actually a simple solution. DuckDuckGo. It's an all-in-one privacy app with a built-in private search engine, web browser, one-click data clearing, email protection, and more. All for free. Download the app today and get the most comprehensive privacy protection with a push of a button. DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
The gamer, the call maker, the experience chaser. What if you could be everything all at once? Galaxy Z Fold 4 is powered by the Snapdragon processor for world-class performance and lightning-fast speed to turbocharge your multitasking. How about an expansive edge-to-edge screen for immersive gaming, hands-free video calls with flex mode, and multi-window view to use up to 3 apps at the same time? With Galaxy Z Fold 4, do more with ease and make multitasking a breeze. Available now at Samsung.com.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you may be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to GetRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Neuropathy pain? Call Dr. Robert Dees, DC, 925-393-0100.
Progressive presents Don't Do It Yourself.
Okay, read me the manual.
Using a Phillips screwdriver, drain die Haube bis sie fit sits.
What was that?
Drain die Haube bis sie fit sits.
This sounds like another language to me.
Okay, maybe we should bundle our home and auto with Progressive. We could save big, then pay someone to do it for us.
Maybe. What's next?
Next, pony ostium pronus and terra.
Was that one Latin?
Save when bundling home and auto with Progressive and use the money to, not do it yourself. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
O'Reilly. Improve fuel mileage with Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner at O'Reilly Auto Parts. A clean fuel system can increase your vehicle's performance and gas mileage. Get Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner starting at $9.99 and earn 10 times O rewards points on your purchase. Get the most out of every gallon. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop O'ReillyAuto.com today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Still a bit warm in the North Bay this week. In Mill Valley, high of 81.
Weather brought to you by Pfizer and BioNTech. Whether it's the news, the traffic, the weather, or your COVID-19 vaccinations, it's important to stay up to date.
Visit Friedman's Appliance in Pleasant Hill September 23rd through September 25th for their fall clearance sale event and take advantage of one-of-a-kind opportunities. Visit Friedman's Appliance Fall Clearance Sale event for the best time to save on new appliances for your home.
Kittle like a Niner.
Now, back to Steiny and Guru on 95.7 The Game.
Woo! Niners lose yesterday to the Bears. And next week, Seattle comes in. Mm-hmm.
Home opener.
All right. I want to read this because this is good. It's from Twitter. And by the way, you can use the Comcast Business text line to get in touch with us at 888-957-9570. You can do it on twitch.tv and YouTube. Just Google 95.7 The Game, or search for it rather. But Craig Campbell on Twitter says, as long as we start Trey every game and finish 10-7, Trey Lance will be very well prepared for the playoffs, and the 49ers will have a shot at winning the Super Bowl. If you sit him early or all year, may as well be throwing 2022 away. Kyle already said he's starting all year unless injured. Craig, I agree with you. And I've talked to Dickinson about this. And he said, you want Trey to improve over the course of the year, and you can expect him to improve over the course of the year. No doubt about it.
Okay.
And you may be able to go 10-7 with Trey Lance. And you may be able to win 3 playoff games and a Super Bowl and come out the Super Bowl champions.
Right.
I look at that and say that is highly, highly unlikely. When in NFL history has a quarterback with this little experience, both in college and in the NFL, ever been the quarterback of a Super Bowl winning team? Has it happened? I'm sure you can find me a guy. But it's a long shot. Period. Why can't we acknowledge that?
Hey, look, number 10 is still here, and you could come up with the reasons why he's still here. if his coach, I'm talking about Kyle Shanahan, sees something or doesn't see something in Trey Lance, I don't know the answer to that question. What I do know, Steiny, is every coach I think is worth their salt, like I do Kyle Shanahan, is focused on the season and trying to win the chip. And a team that was in the Super Bowl in 2019 and got to the NFC Championship just last January, to me, should still have aspirations to get back. So as ludicrous as it may sound to you, I, or anybody else out there, I would hope that Kyle Shanahan feels like Trey Lance, when it's time to go, Steiny, or by playoff time, which you would think the Niners are going to be in there, gives his team an opportunity to win. And for him to call the 15 players in the room to tell them what's going on, to me, that means he still cares. Obviously, he still cares. So there's no way he's not taking his foot off the gas and thinking about the future.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, I just can't fathom that. Like, there's just no way.
Well, you know what? Then the job that the 49ers have done with messaging is unacceptable. E-Smoke 95. Who's saying Super Bowl or bust? He says, who's saying Super Bowl or bust, though? Who?
Oh, the pundits.
Well, you kind of are.
Well, they just hold on.
You are.
Okay, I'll say that because they just that's like a team going to NBA team going to the finals. They went to the Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals. They were just right there and they were up 10. I don't think the Rams are better than the Niners.
Well, what I'm saying is the fan base is split. It's split.
Right.
So there's a group saying Super Bowl or bust,
and remembering the team that was 3-5.
And there's another half of the fans saying,
I remember us.
What does that have to do with anything?
Wow. Huh?
And there's another Super Bowl or bust with a quarterback with 2 prior starts under his belt. Super Bowl or bust. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of fans who aren't saying Super Bowl or bust, who realize that saying Super Bowl or bust, or even get to the Super Bowl with a quarterback this inexperienced. Come on.
Well, okay.
That's going to be hard.
No, what's not? And getting to the Super Bowl is hard.
You guys think Trey
Trey
Lance is going to come in. All he has to do is do. He's in a sack like 2 games. 2 games. But did Super Bowl or bust? I'm just pointing out a gross incongruity about where this fan base is and how you're assessing this team. Let me tell you something. I feel... And by the way, if Trey Lance leads the 49ers to the Super Bowl, I'm not wrong. What Trey Lance then did is defy what we all know is history in the NFL.
Along with his head
If Trey
coach.
Lance wins the Super Bowl this year, then what he will have done may be one of the most impressive quarterback young players ever had in the history of football. So that's the standard. Okay, you're holding him up to that. Super Bowl or bust. So if you say Super Bowl or bust, you know what that means? You're asking Trey Lance to do something no other quarterback's ever been asked to do at this point in his career. That's not right. That ain't right.
Well, you need to write a letter to Kyle because he put him in that
Kyle
position.
Kyle never said Super Bowl or bust. He's not that dumb. He's not that dumb.
So
he's smarter than fans.
Is he tricking off games?
He's not tricking off games.
How do you know what he's feeling? And coaching.
I don't know what he's feeling. I'm just trying to gauge.
What do you mean he's not that
What's
dumb?
your problem?
You don't know.
What's your
you're
question?
Acting like you know what Kyle's thinking and he's not coaching to try to win.
I didn't say that.
On. You just said if he thinks or expects them to win it.
What are you talking about? I don't get it.
You just said if Kyle thinks he can win the Super Bowl with Trey, he's dumb. He doesn't think
he's
that.
Arrogant.
You don't know
I didn't say he's dumb.
Well, we know he's
no,
arrogant.
He's arrogant.
Okay, and it takes that.
Right.
But you don't know that you're acting like he's not trying to coach, like if his life is not on the line.
I don't think he is.
How do you know that? How can you feel comfortable saying that? I didn't say I know it.
I said, do you hear? I don't think he is.
Well, you didn't say it like that. You said it like you said. Come on,
you want to play that game, dude?
No, you're playing the game of God, and you ain't God.
Bottom line is,
telling the people that a head coach ain't coaching to win and he knows he's going to lose. And if he feels that way, you're never going to know it and he's never going to step to a mic and say it.
He won't.
So you can sip your coffee and act like you just made a hell of a point. You're guessing. And it'll never be revealed. The dude's trying to coach and win every game. Just like every coach is. Tell me I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong.
How can you prove it?
I can't. That's why I use the word think.
But you said
I think
Kyle
you're wrong.
is not coaching to win.
I did not say
you
that.
Were right. You
Check
just
the
said
tape.
it.
Check
Come
the
on.
tape.
I know what you said.
The bottom line is this. Kyle Shanahan, you're not looking long term.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
You're not looking long term. Kyle Shanahan is trying to develop Trey Lance to be the 49ers quarterback for the next 8 to 10 years. That's what he wants to do. If he's going to take lumps this year, then he's going to take lumps this year.
So he's punting on this season?
I didn't. Who said that?
Because you said 8 to 10 years. Like this year is impossible. That's what you're saying. That's what you sound like.
Well, yes, because you know what?
Okay, so I have to do all that to get you to say yes.
Because I'm logical.
Okay,
I'm
you
logical.
don't know if he's got 8 to 10 years.
I know I don't, but when are you going to find? When are you going to start to find out?
Right.
When are you going to start to find out if Trey Lance can be the quarterback of the future? So you're irritated
that the Niners, people had picked the Niners to win this year.
Exactly.
After coming off
That's
a season,
joke.
going to the NFC Championship.
Yes.
I don't think it's a joke.
Okay.
I don't think it's ludicrous that the team had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, and now you find it comical or you're pissed off
I'm
that
not
people
pissed
had
off.
picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
First of all,
you
the
don't,
only thing. Listen,
that's not crazy to me.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
The 49ers, they were 10-7 last year. They were one half away from not even making the playoffs. Not even making the playoffs.
Okay.
But they made the playoffs. Okay? And then they get to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay.
Okay.
No, they get to the NFC Championship.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
NFC Championship with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Gotcha.
Okay? Then in the offseason, for whatever reason, I don't care if they think Trey Lance is going to be Damrit,
Right.
they go to a quarterback who has no experience. Zero. Nada. End of story.
Okay.
Didn't play big-time
I
football.
got all that.
So
I'm with you.
Kyle's making that change.
All right.
Okay. But you're still going to... But there's still supposed to be a Super Bowl. Like, can it happen? Of course it would. But if you're staking your coaching reputation on it, I don't think that's smart. And that's why I don't think Kyle Shanahan would do it. Because he's a lot of things, but he's not dumb.
But he's done it, Steiny.
What are you talking about?
He made the change.
Right.
So he drafted this kid
Yes.
from Mars.
Yes.
And he now is the starting quarterback.
Right.
After you had a quarterback that's
Exactly.
still on the team that took to your Super Bowl and 2 NFC Championship games.
Right.
So he's made the change.
Right, he has.
Who is he telling that he feels the way you think he is? He can tell nobody, maybe his wife and his kids,
okay.
but he's coaching his ass off and putting in the time, I believe, to try to put his team in position
First of all,
to get back.
I'm not saying he's not. It's got nothing to do. Nobody's trying to trick off games.
Right.
Nobody's trying to do this, that, or the other thing. What I'm saying, all I'm saying is,
I'm just listening.
I don't believe Kyle Shanahan. I don't know what he's thinking. I would never say, but I think, I have thoughts about what he may be thinking.
Okay.
And if Kyle Shanahan really thinks that he can defy the history of the NFL and win a Super Bowl this year, man, that's incredible. I mean, I don't believe it. So what I do believe is he looked at the 49ers quarterback situation and said, you know what, Jimmy's reached his ceiling. Trey is not as good as Jimmy yet, but you know what? By the end of the year, he might be. And we know Trey's the future. Let's go ahead and make that move now. Not, let's make that move now to win the Super Bowl. That's what I think Kyle Shanahan is thinking about.
Well, because he hasn't won a Super Bowl. He's lost one and lost NFC Championship game. Steiny, everybody's watching to see if this move is going to pay off.
Right, it's not going to. You're not going to get an answer. They're not going to.
Well, you don't. What if they don't make the playoffs with this change?
Okay,
his coaching reputation, it would be hell to pay.
No, there
right
wouldn't.
now, everybody's kissing his ass.
Okay, what if they don't make the playoffs this year and then they win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years?
That would be a monumental failure to me.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Kyle, if they don't make the playoffs,
do you hear what you just said would be a monumental failure?
Yes.
You said if the 49ers miss the playoffs this year and then win a Super Bowl in the next 2 or 3 years, it would be a monumental failure?
I didn't hear the Super Bowl in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm talking about this year.
You can't win a Super Bowl every year.
You're playing that long game. I'm talking about now.
Well, then then man up and say, get me Garoppolo. Because you know it's a long shot
Has
with
Garoppolo
Trey.
won you the ball yet? No.
Got you very close.
I'm telling you, I don't know how you and I are so different to where you don't see this change as Kyle saying, I can do better. This kid's better than 10. He's more dynamic. We got a better chance to win. And you look at it like he's punting on the season.
Stop that. Would you please stop that? Because that does piss me off. I never said punt on the season.
You sound like that, man.
No, I
so
don't.
You can't get mad at how I'm taking it? What you get mad at?
When did I ever use the word punt?
He's not all in. He doesn't think he can win. We both decided it's arrogance. It takes cojones to do what he did. You said it.
It's arrogance is different than
and then
saying
you said you're not putting words in his mouth. So when I say you're saying,
I don't want to argue about you and me. I want to talk about the San Francisco 49ers.
You don't like hearing that. So is he all in or not, Kyle?
He's all in on Trey Lance. That's what he's all in on. He's not all in on this year or nothing. No coach would ever say that. It's all about this year and nothing else. Nobody would do that. He's trying to develop a quarterback. If they happen to go far, if they happen to go far in the playoffs with Trey Lance with a little experience, great. That's great. But the bottom line is...
So he's trying to develop a quarterback
and win a Super Bowl
at
the same time, yes.
All right.
That's exactly what he's trying to do.
Okay.
And all I'm saying is good luck.
Yeah. And you can do it this year.
Okay?
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, it's a failure. That's what I take exception.
No, I said if they don't make the playoffs. And I asked you, partner, before the season started, what's the minimum? How would it define a successful 49er season? I believe your answer, like mine, was minimum, Goo, they got to make the playoffs. So now
That's right.
I say it's
absolutely,
a disaster
positively.
if they don't hit that mark.
A disaster. It's a one-year disaster. See, you're acting as though if they don't make the playoffs this year, their future is shot. I mean, I can't believe you would even think of you know what? Go 7-10 and then win 11 games a year for the next 10 years with Trey Lance. I'll take that in a heartbeat. But
you don't get it. It don't come to what we do.
Let me guess. Now you're going to say they have a Super Bowl window.
It doesn't come like that.
You believe
we're talking
do.
about what we're watching right now and reacted to the game yesterday. And you want to talk about 2026.
You need to decide what you think this team's going to be. Because if you think it's like if the potential of this team is a Super Bowl, you're going to be yelling a lot of Mondays.
Okay. No,
you're going to be yelling and screaming a lot of Mondays, and I'm going to try not to yell.
Right, and I'm trying not to yell. I'm reacting off of what we saw yesterday, and that ain't going to get it done. Now, if you want to talk about conditions, Trey growing pains, I get all that. But everybody's got to be better. But for the trolls telling me, I'm saying I've made a decision on Trey Lance, I have not. You would be idiotic to do that. I told you, Steiny, along with the listeners, this is on Kyle. We both agree that this reeks of arrogance that he made the change. Then had the audacity to say, you know what? The quarterback I replaced, I'm going to still have him on the squad. We're going to find out, are you tempted, if this doesn't go as well as you think, to go back to 10 to try to get you that Super Bowl escape?
So you acknowledge that what Kyle Shanahan is trying to do is different, it's risky, and it's not but
right.
So why would you?
We've done 50
but you're
shows on that.
expecting it to happen.
No,
you acknowledge it's risky, but you expect it's good. You know it's long odds. This hasn't happened before, but you're expecting it.
No, I'm watching it.
Okay.
And I didn't say I expect the Niners to win the Super Bowl. I had the Rams in Denver in the Super Bowl.
I'm coming back to my original point because I do not have predictive abilities.
But
if you are a fan and you think the likelihood of Trey Lance, who has no experience, playing in the Super Bowl at this time, at this point in his career, I don't think it's going to happen. Why? Steiny, why? Do you hate Trey Lance? I don't know Trey Lance from anybody. But what I do know is very few quarterbacks in the NFL, especially with his experience, who play 2 games And now he's got to go to the Super Bowl. That's a joke. Yeah, you really expect that? You're setting the kid up to fail. Flat out fail. That and I don't believe they would do it to that
reputation?
extent. Whose?
Kyle. Brought his reputation's more at stake than the kid, Steiny.
Guru. If Kyle, first of all, his reputation.
If Trey Lance is a bust, what happens?
How long is it going to take for him to be a bust?
I don't have that answer.
Okay, well, it's
but
not
you're
this
the one
year.
telling me the coach ain't in this year. It's
I'm not doing that.
If they don't win, well, you said it.
No,
I
didn't.
You just went on a sermon.
Stop it, please.
You need to know what you sound like.
Stop
you
it.
can't say stuff and take it back when somebody tells you how you sound. Dude, you ain't God.
Guru.
Just admit that.
Guru.
You sat here for 5 minutes and said the coach, ain't trying to win.
I never
and
said
then you
that.
get mad when I tell you what it sounds like.
I never said.
Go back, play the tape back on the way home.
Okay.
Then you want to get mad at something I say,
Kyle
and you
Shanahan,
put words in my mouth.
Kyle Shanahan. I said,
where they do that at, Steiny?
I'm trying to think of when in my life I would ever say a coach or player is not trying to win.
Listen to this last segment 10 minutes ago, and you'll hear it, Jack, and now you're running from it.
Because I never said it.
Okay. All right.
You find it, buddy.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan's not trying to win this year.
You got it, Steiny.
I did not say
God.
that.
You are God.
Can you please listen one last time?
You ain't got to say please. I'm listening.
I would never say Kyle Shanahan is not trying to win this year. Let me tell you what he's trying to do. And you hit the nail on the head. He's trying to develop Trey Lance and win the Super Bowl. That's what he's trying to do. And if this year they don't win the Super Bowl, but Trey Lance gets better from week 1 to week 17, he's fine. That's what he's trying to do. It's not that he's not trying to win. He's trying to win as many games as he can with Trey Lance. Of course he's not trying to lose with Trey Lance. He's trying to win with Trey Lance. But what I'm saying is, if he doesn't win this year with Trey Lance, you're talking about his reputation? He's not getting fired.
I didn't say he was getting fired.
Well, who cares about his reputation?
No,
he'll go out and make the playoffs next year.
Let's be consistent. We had a bar, and the bar was the playoffs. I just asked you, Stein,
the bar is the playoffs.
What if they missed
that? Then it's a disappointing year.
Okay.
It's a very disappointing year.
Who are you more disappointed in?
Kyle Shanahan.
And that's all I was trying to tell you.
Okay, and then we move to next year, and they make the playoffs. I mean, if you're on the hot seat, let me ask you this. If Kyle Shanahan were on the hot seat, you think he'd be starting Trey Lance? No chance. None. Zero.
Well, he wouldn't have drafted him.
I'm just saying.
We agree it's arrogance.
All right, what we got next is Ratto and
Damon Ratto
David
coming
Bruce.
up with Michael Irvin, the playmaker.
The playmaker. Gonna be a good week. Later. Bang, bang, Niner gang.